What is up, folks? Welcome back to the stream. We are live with the T5S2 Invitational Round 2. This is the final game of the second round. We have over here in the red, slightly disappointing salad, aka just regular salad. Sometimes a very disappointing salad, in fact. A man of many salad-related names, playing a salad of a list. The creations of Bile over here. Versus in the blue, we have Dylan Usher playing Word Bearers. A little bit more of a standard list, but should be good nonetheless. We have a bit of a chaos civil war today, chat. Hope everyone is ready for a sick game. Thanks everyone for coming and joining me this evening. It's a nice Sunday evening here today for me. This is our third game of 40K today. We had two awesome games this morning. Incredible one, Jonathan versus Niklas. Harlequins versus Blood Angels came down to a very close finish. Also saw some sweet Space Wolves versus Necrons action in the last game, Agent X versus Max GW. But now we're down to just two players fighting for their spot in the top four of the Invitational this season. So let's see how we do. I'm super psyched. I think players are just putting in their secondary objectives now. We got a little bit of a tepid start here, chat. I apologize. You just have to reset our timer for a bit. But that's okay. We got here.
Tactic 196 hype.
Lava's Kill with the Prime sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. By the way, while we're getting ready in here, we'll do a nice prediction for the folks in Twitch chats. Boom. If you are in Twitch chat, for those who don't know, we have two streams going on. We're multi-streaming to both YouTube and Twitch. If you are in Twitch, twitch.tv/TacticalTortoiseTV, you can do all sorts of cool stuff with tokens. You can vote for the player who's going to win. You can use the soundboard. It's all sweet. It's all good stuff. So anyway, let's talk about some lists here, chat, while we're waiting for the players to begin deployment. I'm not really sure what we're waiting on here, actually.
Fine, if you roll a 10 plus, you're happy.
I guess they're just talking about secondary objectives right now. Okay. We've been hanging out in here for a bit. Prediction is that heretics will win? That's fair. Word bearers don't consider themselves heretics, to be fair, right? They are the bearers of the true word of the gods, yeah. Creations of Bile, I don't know. They're just doing whatever, I guess. They're just having a good time. With Abaddon, no less. So we'll talk about some lists. Exclamation point lists in chat. If you want to follow along as we look through them. Also, tts40k.com/invitational has all of the invitational info in it, which is pretty cool. We'll talk about Dylan Usher's Word Bearers first, over here on the blue side of the table. I think this is a relatively standard style of Word Bearers list. If you're going to come in with that Legion, which I know was one of the favorites when the Codex was released. Not sure people are jumping on it quite as widely as I think it was expected. But we'll see as things go on. But they do have a special synergy with the Possessed. Because the Possessed are non-core keyworded, they actually have limited access to rerolls. And the Word Bearer's sub-faction ability of getting reroll hits on the charge is pretty good there, because you do now suddenly get rerolls with the Possessed. So we have here a Word Bearer's detachment, single battalion. We have a Dark Apostle. That guy bringing the Smash build for the Dark Apostle. Exalted Possession for his +1 strength wounds and attacks. Omen of Potency, so he can buff his attacks even further, alongside the Black Mace, so 3 damage weapon that carries over damage, the flail effect, essentially. And then we're going to be able to buff that guy even more with the Psychic Power to give him additional 2 attacks. We have 2 Masters of Possession, one of the best units in the Chaos Space Marine Codex, I think, for sure. able to stab their own dudes for +2 to cast. And we do have Venom Crawlers stapled to their butt for an additional +1 to cast, so we can cap out at +3, which is pretty sick. One of them bringing Voice of Lorgar, which I believe is expended aura range. I do apologize, chat. The Chaos Space Marine Codex is still relatively new to me, so if I misquote anything here, that's entirely my fault, and you can rip me apart in the comments section or chat, whichever one you want. Either one's fine. I'm good with it. We also have 2 units of Cultists in the troop slot, as well as 3 units of Legionaries to unlock them. One of them bringing a Balefire Tome. Another one bringing a Balefire Tome. So one of them with Diabolic Strength. Yeah, that is the psychic power for the additional strength and attacks. Then the Balefire Tome on the second one, the Mark of Zinch one, with Death Hex to remove invulnerable saves. 3 units of 10 Possessed, all with Chaos Icons. One of them with the Black Rune of Damnation, and I believe it's the one with the claws, is typically how Dylan plays it. Alongside those 2 Venom Crawlers. Pretty solid profile. The Venom Crawler has a 6-inch aura +1 to cast psychic powers, which is pretty useful, especially if you're going to be trying to push forward these Masters of Possession as hard as possible. Opens you up for a Psychic Interrogation, which is very good, and that is what Dylan has taken, alongside 5 Warp Talons to round the remainder of the list out. The Venom Crawler is also pretty solid profiles as well. For just 105 points, they have pretty decent shooting at 36-inch range. 6 shots, strength 6, AP 2 damage. It's not great, but for 105 points, you won't shake a stick at it. And it definitely forces your opponent to keep their head down, otherwise they start losing models early, which they would rather not do. Moving on, we can talk about Salad's list. A little bit more interesting. We saw a similar list here from Dutes, also playing Creations of Bile. Certainly one of the most powerful melee sub-factions in 40k right now. Now, there is a little bit of a mistake on this list. Not that we're not going to be playing it like it lies, but Salad, if there is a question in chat beforehand, Salad did make a whoopsie when he submitted his list. His Dark Apostle is actually submitted with Benediction of Darkness, and that is functionally useless. So unfortunately, his Dark Apostle, unlike the other Dark Apostle, is not going to be quite as impactful. He actually submitted that instead of Illusory Supplication, which is much better. But unfortunately, he has Benediction of Darkness, so he can give his models light cover if he wants to. Generally, he'll just be giving his aura of reroll to hit, which is still pretty fine in a melee army like Creations of Bile. We have a Lord Discordant on a Hellstalker as well, Flames of Spite, and Uloka the Black. So the old wombo combo to deal mortal wounds and rerolls to wound. Pretty powerful, especially in the Creations of Bile list, since they all the characters will also be able to fight on death. In fact, the entire army will be able to fight on death, which means the characters can kind of charge in with Reckless Abandon. Even if they get killed, they are still going to be able to make their attacks, and you will oftentimes be able to get 2 turns of attacking out of them, even if you take the Alpha Strike on the swing back. With additional speed as well, and the ability to advance and charge core units, Creations of Bile is relatively fast. Although they don't have the high base speed that the Possessed do. So these 2 armies are going to have pretty similar threat ranges at the end of the day. We have 3 units of Legionaries in our troops selection. One of them with Mark of Khorne. 2 of them are undivided. Then things get really interesting in the Elite slot, because we do have a 10-model Chaos Terminator brick with a mix of combi weapons, Power Fists, and Reaper autocannons. Alongside 3 units of 5 Chosen. These guys bringing Mark of Slanesh. The Chosen are pretty impressive, especially in Creations of Bile, because the faction ability of +1 strength brings them up to strength 5, which means that their accursed weapons bring them to strength 6. And at 4 attacks apiece with the ability to find on death, they're good little nuclear missiles, especially with that Mark of Slanesh, because they typically leave reroll auras from the Dark Apostle or Abaddon, who's over here. So being able to hit on 2s with those guys is pretty effective. We have a Master of Executions in there as well, with an Intoxicating Elixir, 2 individual Chaos Spawn that we're just mostly going to use to hold objectives and screen out any potential Deep Strikers. They can also occasionally perform actions if you have actions that don't require infantry, although that's not the case in this matchup. They also have a unit of 5 Warp Talons. And last but not least, Abaddon the Despoiler, who is the Warlord, has to be the Warlord. And has, I believe, chosen to reroll against the Black Runed Possessed Squad. So even though they are -1 to wounds, we are going to get a little bit of a benefit against them from Abaddon's Warlord trait. And that's it, chat! That's all of the models in the game. It's like going to be 1,040mm base models fighting each other. And we saw a really interesting matchup in Dylan Usher's round 1, where he played against Kogo and his many Sanguinary Guard. And we saw a massive 40mm base melee infantry fight each other. And I think we're going to see something similar. Although this time the creations of Bile, a couple more lightly armored infantry units. DeathX cannot be on Dylan's Balefire guy. Why is that, chat?
You know
I had. Oh, what?
Look at this guy. Actually, let me make sure I didn't mess this up. I want yeah. Sorry. I put a convenient character in a character spot. I hope you know.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah. Ooh, spicy.
Have you tried taking less convenient characters?
I've tried, but like, they said not to. HQ said not to.
Okay. That's fair then. That's fair.
I'm also going to field me. Feed my addiction.
Of course. Ooh, fun guy. Yeah. Mr. Unfun.
Well, you don't have any
Mr.
knights. If I played this map on knights, this specific map on knights is like really bad. Because they can stand in this corner and then shoot everything on this objective behind this wall. Besides like anything in this corner. It's like, oh,
Yes.
I don't wanna,
Yes, they can.
I would not stand behind that wall. But now I can. How fun.
Yes, super fun. Always fun.
Yeah. Well, taller venom crawlers. They don't seem that tall, right?
No, they're not actually that tall. They're quite small. They're quite short.
They just have like some real back problems, I think.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, just look at that back and tell me that's a normal back. That guy needs to go to the doctor.
Yeah, it's... Yeah, I've just stuck everything down.
Alright, chat. Yeah, that's we just checked the players. That's a typo in Dylan's list. He actually has prescience on his Balefire Tome guy. Bit of a mistake on his second Legionary unit.
Yeah, let's just snipe you with a charge.
Okay. Right as it's both of our turns. Alright, so
Everything deployed?
who's rolling the
Cool.
6? Yeah.
All right, big roll to go first. Let's
I
do
rolled
it.
a 2. What about you?
I rolled a 5! I get command points!
No, I lose 2 command points. This mission sucks doo-doo.
They just did the
So, unfortunately, neither of these players can forward deploy units. So, the problem is the player going second here is going to lose out on the turn. Both players are going to lose out on turn 1 command points because they recover the relics. We do need to hold one of the 4 objectives in the center of the table in order to score your start of turn command point. So in this case, neither of these players have any units to deploy outside the deployment zone, which means neither of them are going to be able to score that first command point. And then on top of that, the player going second will also lose out on their top of second turn command point because the player going first will have models on their home objectives, whereas the player going second will not. So unfortunate for slightly disappointing Salad here, not getting CP for the entire first battle round. We'll get a 1 extra little bonus CP for Word Bearers. A bit of a downside of Heretic Astartes in general, so they don't really have that much forward deploy, but this mission is definitely a reason to take forward deploy in your armies if it is in the mission pool. So what's the downside of playing Heretic Astartes in this format?
I don't roll for that yet.
When do you roll for it?
It's every time he casts a power, or an action, or does an action. Then I roll to see if I get command points.
Oh, he has to do an action? I've been lied to.
Yeah, so if he casts 2 powers, then I would get to roll 2 dice. If I just do an action, then I get to, do 1. And I just have to not roll a 1, like I did last game. Okay.
Oh,
Let's turn movement on for everything.
and Sketch measure movement on. What a weirdo. He doesn't press
Wow.
How lazy.
I'm too lazy for tab. I'm too good for tab. Okay, let's advance the White Possessed. 5 inches. Cool.
That's pretty
But
fast.
Terminators move 6, so let's stay.
Yeah. 18.
Let's stay a reasonable range.
See, conveniently, if I had a command point, just theoretically, right? I could advance in charge.
True. But if you would like to just give me a Terminator unit, I'm happy. Happy for you to do that.
Just make sure that unfun guy stays like at least 1 kilometer away. In real life inches, of course not.
In real life, inches, but in kilometers. Okay. There we go.
Did you roll for advance? 5. Ooh,
I mean,
hard.
that's not even the full movement. I just don't want to get too close. So if you move 6, that's actually an 8-inch charge. But you won't have any command points, will you?
No magic.
Yeah, you won't have command points unless I spend it.
No, unless I spend command points.
Oh, okay, then that's fine.
I think that's how Abaddon's thing works. I wish it was the other way. That'd make me so much happier.
Yeah, okay, so actually if that's going to be an 8-inch, I might just bring them back slightly.
Let's see.
So trying to position out of
you
a
move
potential...
6, so that's going to be a 10-inch.
Yeah, trying to position out of the range of the Chaos Terminators. Because we don't have Advance in Charge active for Salad right now, we don't really have to worry about too long of a threat range. Although, as a reminder, we are using extended engagement range. So if we are fighting in or through the obscuring terrain, it will extend their engagement range to 2 inches. Not a problem for these possessed right now, though, because they are pushing directly forward.
He doesn't do that.
Do have to worry a little bit about the shooting, although it's not going to do that much damage, I think, generally, from the Terminator unit.
I'm stupid. Oh, there's 2 roller traits that sound incredibly similar. But one
and he doesn't have the good one.
Pain.
What? Pink unit. Oh, they got 6. We'll move them up. And then reposition to deal with the weird frigging disco man.
Disco man, think you by the hand through the land.
So we're mostly going to be jockeying for mid-board position here this first turn. Word Bearers are kind of forcing themselves down the throat of the Creations of Bile early on. Now, obviously, Creations of Bile, they're not too worried about eating a charge here. Especially if Abaddon is only going to be basically fighting over Objective 2 down here in the bottom left. He doesn't... He's as long as he's only taking damage in melee, he's going to take a while to actually remove from the by the possessed.
Oh, no, a charge can never be a 12.
Well, if I have to go around corners because he's big.
Oh, yeah. Because yeah, you definitely shouldn't. Wait, no, you will be on him technically.
Yeah.
Okay, no, you won't. That's fine. Then we'll move these guys up a little.
A little. What do you mean?
Yeah, just a little, keep the balefire tone back. Just have them touch that terrain. And then Master of Unfunness can go over here.
There's no space there.
There might be.
It's fat. Okay, maybe there's space. Meh.
Get him in there.
Like,
Right there, perfect. Don't move him.
I'm just gonna lock him. There you go.
Some funky gliders
Fool, I
happening.
Still fight you.
Often happens with the models that are 3D scanned. Sometimes with funky gliders.
You don't have to be in the aura. I have to be in the aura, and you don't get to reroll against me.
What?
Yeah. Same with Cursed Earth. You don't have to charge within 6 inches. You just have to charge a unit within 6 inches.
Which what trait is this?
Cursed Earth's the power. The no rerolls is baleful icon. It's a relic.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
That's so scuffed.
Yeah.
It's not even wholly within. Why?
Nope. I will advance the cultists. Oh, cool. They get to advance really far.
That's stupid. I should start running. Alright, I'm changing to Ward Bears now, I guess.
Yep. But you can't take Abaddon with it, so.
Oh, you can't take Abaddon with Ward. Oh, yeah, because they hate each other.
Yeah. It's weird. It's just you can't take the relics.
Yeah.
Is there anything that Venom Crawlers can shoot?
Your imagination. What?
Nah, there's absolutely nothing I'm gonna get to shoot. So I don't know. These Green Marines are gonna ban us.
Cool.
We'll work something out in a second. These green ones will ban us. We'll move the Apostle up a bit. There's no way you're gonna be able to shoot them.
Stay back there, bro. Don't stop walking upwards.
So if he moves 13, how far does the Balefire shoot?
18.
18. So, what, 18 away is there? He doesn't need to be that far up, so we'll just sort of come like that. And then that puts 18 there, which is kind of in threat range for stuff.
Kind of. It is.
Yes, I know.
I need
We've
to feel
got
that.
Executions guy. Okay, so we'll move him in a second. We will advance that yellow possessed unit 1 inch.
Go for him.
We'll just sit behind the walls and hope we're a little bit closer.
A little bit. Please. Karen,
No.
back.
So we'll do that, and then Make sure we're 2 inch from that side of the wall. You'd have to go here, and you might wound the possessed unit, kind of.
No. I'm going that way.
Oh, screw it. Let's just go there.
At least I have one thing I can say is that my Warp Talons are just... Actually, I don't know. That might be better than the Warrior Warp Talons.
Mine get full reroll hits and wounds.
Yeah. Mine's plus on strength, you fool.
So your Warp Talons over there. Okay, so are they over 24 away? No.
I will mention it is 25 because they're Warp Talons.
Ah, yes. But it's fine, because we're just going to protect them with my Warp Talons. And this guy shouldn't be able to charge
Yeah,
because of the move. Yeah, because of the movement problems.
So it
In
looks
this
like,
case, we're just gonna, I don't know,
we
ban
are-
those with the warp.
Chat is heavily in favor of Creations of Bile here. 72% for Creations of Bile, chat. Hot damn! Everybody's excited for these creations to get going. This is a massive possess moving up the bottom side of the table here, though. Venom Color is not going to be super useful right now, but we are pushing up to get some gorgeous Psychic Interrogations. So one Master Possession at the bottom here to buff up the Possessed, make them impossible to kill. The other one going to be stealing the secrets out of the Master of Executions over here. Bill is pretty good at fighting the word, for sure. Both players have raised the banners high and no prisoners, by the way, which I think is very appropriate. Those are... Raise the banners high is certainly going to be strong against... or on Recover the Relics, because we have 3 objectives on each player's side of the table. No prisoners good, both for and against Chaos Space Marines. We want to get smash. Both Space Marines, both Chaos Space Marine armies just looking at each other, saying, "Let me smash." And that's what we're looking to do. That also means we have a ton of beefy models on the table, which is very good for no prisoners.
The Master of Possession is going to cut some Heretic Astartes. This one over here.
Yeah.
Ooh, I take a 1 mortal wound, and I don't save it. Boom. Oh, come on. There we go. And then we're going to cast Interrogate.
Keep in mind, it does not. The knife doesn't affect Interrogate, by the way. It's from the Disciple Discipline only, I'm pretty sure.
No.
From the Malefic Discipline only.
Oh, yeah, okay, and that, thanks for that. Okay, we're just not going to take that. I've not read my book. What about the Venom Crawler? Ah, that one's just psychic tests. Yeah, cool. Let's go! I got a
Yay.
5, it goes off.
Get your command point. Or no, you don't get command points.
Now I roll for my command point.
Dancing all day. No command points for you.
Every time! Okay, the other guy will wound the unit next to him then. And I'll take 3.
No.
And I'll save him, so it just kills again.
Wait. Yeah. Zip one.
And then we'll go for Cursed Earth. Goes off. And we'll go for, I don't know, also wound on 6s to hit on the pink unit.
You'd think that Chaos Space Marines would eventually run out of soldiers for their warbands.
Cool.
As long as they have these Masters of Possession just standing in the middles of their army and murdering their buddies. Eventually, like you'd figure that the attrition rate would be so high, you would just be out of steam.
Yeah,
Weird people.
yeah, and all of your charges are really, really annoying. Is there anything I'm missing? So we have the 3 for Interrogate. We're going to get some on banners. We don't get any on Recover the Relics, but that's fine. Yeah, okay, over to you.
My turn. Woo!
So the shields are up for the Possessed. The question is whether or not we try to shoot here with the Terminators. Do have Abaddon rerolls to hit, although keep in mind they will not reroll to wound, not being Black Legion units.
The other useless. Okay. Actually, do I want to give it? I mean, it doesn't matter. You give the stupid, unfun guy.
Yeah.
Seems pretty unfun, not gonna lie.
It's kind of unfun.
If I had the full hit rerolls, there's no hit rerolls in thing, we would definitely bounce off each other. But I don't.
Oh yes, I get a command point now.
I don't. Abaddon wants to shoot some people. But who? Or maybe my Terminators want to shoot some people. I don't know. Maybe they just raise a banner. Maybe they just do that. Can I stop you from the 2-inch wonky stuff? I can, because you're big bases.
I don't think so. No, I can definitely get in that gap.
Oh.
Basically, I think the problem is my bases aren't bigger than 2 inches.
Here, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, 40mm
Like,
base is
yeah.
only
Fit into that
about
gap.
an inch and a half.
Yeah, I can.
I'm not-
There's a little bit of space. Yeah, I fit there.
There. Okay. Yeah. Thankfully, I
And
can.
it- Yeah.
So I guess math tells me if you go there, let's just make sure there's not a space, and we can give you the 2 inches thing. Because then you can fight between wall to wall.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So the intent is to make sure no one has room to stand there.
So yeah, what we're trying to do here, it looks like, chat, is prevent double ranking for the possessed. It probably will be a little tough. It's kind of a precise placement, but that's why we're proxy basing it out. But basically, essentially what we want to do is make it as difficult as possible to get a second rank of possessed in the fight. That said, again, the Terminators aren't quite as worried about getting charged because they do fight on death. So if a significant number of the Terminators get killed, they will just fight back and it won't be that bad.
Yeah, I think that's clear now.
Man, screw this stupid 2-inch roll.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. The Dark Opustal is going to raise the banner because he doesn't care.
Okay.
Where's your Psychers? There.
Yeah.
Here, he's gonna stand him off the terrain.
Is he? Is he really?
Actually, he just wants. He's gonna stand here and he's gonna rotate his back is like this way.
Why does he have to be so difficult?
Because I don't want you to do something here.
Fine, but I'm the weird guy.
Did it. This guy's gonna run up and put OPSEC on the OPG.
So I think we're just trying to make the line of sight as difficult as
You don't
possible
have
for
to. I'm okay with it
Mortal
if you don't want
Witness
to.
in the psychic phase there, so we don't accidentally get phase
unlike
capped
you,
by
I'm
the
not okay.
psychers that are down in this building.
You're not very nice.
Sorry. Sorry about that one.
So neither player with reserves here, chat. So these Chaos Spawn are a little confused about what to do.
Yeah.
No screening for them, so they can just hang out. I do wonder if
cheating do you
we probably
actually
place a
have?
model
It's like-
out here to drop a banner on
It's
objectives.
the,
to
it's the
reinforce
Venom
that
Crawlers,
engagement.
which... it's AP2 strength 6.
Yeah, the awkward part is that the shooting from the Word Bear's army isn't that good. The AP2 gets entirely ignored by light cover plus Armor of Contempt.
You've got it in it.
You guys gotta do a banner.
Are they?
Stand there in this specific formation, yeah. For no specific reason whatsoever. There is no reason why they would not be standing this weird and, mildly confusing way. Just ignore it for me. No specific
I think
reason.
we are actually going to put the entire unit out there, which is probably fine. And we have a little gap here presented for the Master of Executions to come in. So this is actually a formation we were talking about in our game this morning. I wonder if Salad was maybe watching that game. So what we could do is we have an avenue for the Master of Executions to move through here. And as long as this distance is no greater than 4 inches, there's no position that engages these models without entering his 6-inch Heroic Intervention aura. So engaging the Marines on the objective will force that Heroic Intervention, and that will allow that guy to come out. And even if your opponent attacks before him, he'll still get to fight on death and probably trade with whatever unit's trying to kill the Marines on the objective. Pretty smart stuff! And especially those Heroic Interventions get a little bit stronger if you can move extra distance with that 2-inch engagement range, because it's much more difficult to then leave the engagement range of the intervening character. One thing that can happen is when combat phases or combat phase movement occurs, you can potentially leave the engagement range of the character who declared the intervention, and that doesn't allow them to fight. You do not automatically get to fight when you heroically intervene, although a lot of people get that confused. Lord Discordant really pushing up the middle here as well. Could eat a charge from the Possessed. But again, he can fight on death, so it's not the end of the world. It's also a very high save characteristic.
Actually, no, wait, back corner.
So the Possessed actually have a little bit of a tough time chewing through him. He has only 9 wounds, so they only need 5 converted attacks to kill him. But at AP2, he's saving on 3s. So you need to swing pretty high to actually remove him in one go.
11 more inches to go.
You can shoot the Possessed. Just there. Not anymore.
Alright, I have 0.2 inches, so the Basilisk, so just ignore me. Guys.
Yeah.
I was going to stay and look out, sorry, just shoot the Possessed because it seems funny.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go. These guys are going to go banner. It's not obvious.
Yeah.
I'm going to advance the Chaos spot.
Oh.
One among my Termies. I don't want your VC to see me, so I'm just gonna come right here.
Okay.
Come back just a little bit. He's gonna go kill a random idiot. I can't wait. Kinda hype, not gonna lie. This other spawn is gonna do the same thing, I think. He's less excited though. 9 inches though. He's still pretty far. He'll stand right there. Okay, you're ready for the shooting phase?
Mm-hmm.
Let me just make sure I'm not forgetting some stupid idiot on the back corner. I don't think I am. Banners
No.
will roll up.
Okay.
Aberdonian is going to shoot the Green Marines.
So a couple shots coming out here. We have lined up Abaddon to fire.
Yep.
We also have a shot coming out of the Lord Discordance Bale
Yeah.
Flamer as well, but that looks like about it. All the other
It
appreciable
doesn't get
guns
grilled because
on
you're,
the
I don't know, mildly inconvenient.
creation side are
Which
just
is
chilling.
Forwards.
It's just 2 up saves. You're stupid.
Yeah. Oh, we failed one. That's fine.
Nom, 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 nom. And then we'll have Mr. Disco Lord fire on the being possessed.
Yeah.
Nice. 7. Attack.
Good shot there.
Forwards.
2d3 plus 2 shots for these guys. Unfortunately,
Forwards.
not great.
Exactly.
Forwards. This is the -1 to wound unit.
Which guys?
This is the different one I said at the start.
Oh, is that the different looking one?
Yeah,
the
yes.
one. Different one. Okay.
Sorry. You couldn't get in range of the other one anyway.
Yeah,
So
of course.
2 wounds. We'll go one at a time. First one, 4 up. Okay, 4 up. Okay.
Just
You
burns
did
the
it.
guy.
But you know what also just happened? You get to res a guy.
Well, yeah. Mainly.
Those resurrections are still worth no prisoners points. It's definitely worth pointing
No,
out.
it's
So
the other
even
guy.
though we are going to pack to flesh some guys back,
Made the list very, very quickly.
definitely gonna add up by the end of the game. You can, if that guy packs the flesh 4 times in the game, you get an extra point, which is kind of neat.
I don't think I have any more guns. I killed 5 wounds worth of models.
Yeah. Oh. My go?
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
Unless I forgot something. Did I forget something? Tell me really quick.
You didn't pass the clock. It's fine.
Thanks.
I just passed it then.
Oh wait. Oh, I'm tired.
It's fine. Cool. So we get 8. We get 3 for banners.
Interrogation. All right, your turn.
My turn. Genuinely,
Get a command point. Let's go.
So banners ticking up. Now I do wonder here. It looks like the Wordbearer's army is kind of positioned to be aggressive, but I wonder if that's actually the correct play. I have a sneaking suspicion that it might be better for them to hang back, and part of that is because they do have psychic interrogation. So right now, no prisoners and specimens for the spider are both. Both require the Creations of Bile army to engage in with the Wordbearer's army. So, no prisoners, obviously, it scores you points for killing non-character, non-monster, non-vehicle units, so infantry for the most part. So, each of these possessed units being 30 wounds is going to be worth 3 points apiece if you kill them. And on top of that, specimens for the spider requires you to destroy units in melee. So, the longer that Wordbearers can sort of draw out the game and use what little shooting presence they have in order to continue to chip away at the Creations of Bile models, because they don't have any recursion, unlike the Possessed over here that can get packed to fleshed back. They have nothing to really stymie this shooting from the 2 Venom Crawlers, and they have that Psychic Interrogation. So every turn that they are holding off of fighting, they're scoring 3 points for Raise the Banners and 3 points for Psychic Interrogation. So if all they do is just chill in the back, behind the walls in their deployment zone, underneath their defensive psychic powers, and hold set to defend and all that stuff, the game is slowly but surely grinding in their favor. And we'd basically force these Terminators down to engage onto Objective 4 on the Wordbearer's terms, which is especially problematic for them since they don't have Objective secured. So one thing that we talked about in the last game that Slightly Disappointing Salad played is the value of these Legionaries in his army, because they are the only access to Objective secured that he has. Wordbearers have a similar problem. Their big possessed bricks also don't have objectives secured, but if they're playing defensively, it's much better for them because they can potentially try to knock out the obsec of Salad if he pushes it too far forward. And at that point, then just outnumber him on their defensive objectives and stop losing and stymie any potential points lost they might have. So I think that we may see a withdrawal here from the Creations of Bile army. The one thing that they can't afford to do is allow the Creations of Bile models to come in and then survive the swing back on themselves. So units like these Warp Talons and these small Legionary bricks and cultists and things over here are actually potentially problematic because if they get alphaed by a cultist or a chosen unit and killed, then that requires the possessed to attack the chosen unit on Dylan's subsequent turn. That allows the chosen to essentially fight twice. You want to force them into units that they'll punch and then get punched back and immediately die. So I think if we potentially just ring these objectives with Chosen and sit back behind our Psychic Interrogation, that may be the best play for Dylan. But we'll see what he elects to do here. He might end up taking the fight and hoping for the best. Obviously, hitting Creations of Bile first does mean that they have less attacks later on. Although they still get to fight on death, it means that they can't remove your attacks before you get to use them against them.
Me anyway. Abaddon moves 6 and charges. But then...
So slow.
Then where he ends up in a very dangerous smite range.
Ka-chow.
Let's be more interesting.
Hold up, that was a few more inches than we talked about there, son.
No, it's fine, it's fine. No, I only want the front guy.
So it looks like we are maybe going to engage here with a possessed
I'm
unit.
trying to only pick the front guy.
Let's fix this problem. That's a coherency problem right now.
I have more models.
Now the other thing too is that Salad is only at 1 command point right now because of his command point problems, which means there is no interrupt available for him. So it may be that Dylan elects to just hit the Terminator brick with 2 units of possessed. Because there's no interrupt in between, they are gonna, and it looks like, okay, that is what we're gonna do. Alright, fair enough. Because there is no interrupt, we can just attack it a bunch of times and hope for the best. It will get to fight on death in between, but that's about it. Although there are Legionaries on the objective, and I don't think that we have easy access to those Legionaries. So we'll get obsec'd away unless we can find a way to get rid of those guys. But at the very least, we can deal with the most dangerous threat on the table to these possessed mobs.
Advance them through possession an inch. Should be fine.
That's a little fool, thanks. Yeah.
Actually, I'm thinking, do I just actually use all of the movement I've got and just pull back now? I'm getting buyer's remorse.
You've already bought into the fun, so you better state no. Oh.
Just sit in the corner.
Please don't.
I don't know, I feel like that's an immeasurably better idea, actually.
How about we compromise? You go into the corner, but you leave your objective.
I don't like that compromise, to be honest. I'm not in agreement with that. I don't know why I ever would be.
Just saying options, you know.
Yeah, I know it's an option. I'm just not going to do it. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, or we can just send one possessed squad up at a time. That also works too.
I mean, no, I think that's actually far worse for me.
Go in between, take it take like, oh, I don't want to put everything, but I also want to run away. You can just put one up there. Yeah, just remember that the King squad was chilling next to
Yeah.
you. So
Yeah,
be,
that's why he's going there. I've just picked them up incorrectly. Yeah, so the white basically moves off into the corner slightly, and then these guys are just going to sort of barrel backwards.
Are they Michael Jackson to go hee backwards, or like what type of backwards?
Just backwards, just backwards. And then Disco Lord moves. That's a 7, but that's actually a 6 because I'm on terrain.
I was gonna say it's actually 6 because you know that is a fixable issue though.
It is. But yeah, okay. You have a better charge on the green unit now, but doing that first gets me back. There we go, and that fixes this entire problem.
I was gonna say if you move there, you're right back where you started.
Yeah. So
Still,
that'll be something. Then if the Terminators move 6, that would give you a 7.
7.
Because he's off the terrain.
6, yeah, that'd be an 8 there. Yeah, 7.
Yeah. I don't think I can stop that anyway, so.
Well, 6 was Aberdonian, I guess.
But I need a freaking model on the objective.
No OPSEC.
Ooh. Okay, fine. He has to go forward a little. He has to go. Oh no, because you're just gonna.
He's gonna flame
You are just gonna flame me. But.
with these fire words.
You're likely to take the objective off me.
I mean, let's put it this way: my OPSEC is nowhere close to that. You know.
It's not, but it's if you get all the Terminators on. What have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I don't know how many possessed I killed. To be fair, I think it's like 4.
It's not loads. I will be fair there. So yeah, we're just gonna fix all of this. There's no reason for the Marines to be out this turn if we're not gonna get any of the OBSEC on anyway. Do I have the 2 inches here? No, but I can get it here. Means I can't get any cultists on.
What's this 2 inches for?
Eventually.
Oh, that's different card
Yeah.
than I was.
Yeah. Okay.
So we are gonna, it looks like, pull back the word bearers a little bit. Keep our guys, I think, potentially on the train to get the ability of the defensible keyword, and then allow ourselves to counterattack into the Chaos Terminators, because while they are second player, that does give Creations of Bile a little bit of an advantage in the bottom round 5 if both players score evenly. Almost all of the secondary objectives for Creations are predicated on killing the Word Bearers army. And if the Word Bearers just make that as difficult as possible, they're certainly going to be in a good place. Bit of a downside to these armies that are relying so heavily on melee attacks. But it does mean that we get to see this interesting sort of cat and mouse game. Handicrafts, hosting a stream for 5 viewers. Thank you so much. Welcome, Handicrafts viewers. How's it going? You're commentating some competitive 40k over here on Tabletop Simulator from the T5S2 tournament series. You can learn more at tts40k.com if you're interested.
I might do it a little, stay out of 18 of wherever where's the melter guns?
Thanks for the follows as well. Just finished a Wrath or Glory scenario. That's awesome. Hope everyone had a good time. Hope much Wrath was had, much glory was won.
Plasma gun here, and then the plasma gun there, if I remember correctly.
That's fine. We'll just go like that. We'll go. Yeah, we can.
Interestingly, a little bit of a long turn for an army that's just basically going to stand where it is and not do anything.
Lord Discordant doesn't have anything like amazing.
I don't think this time is going to be quite much of a factor in this game, to be fair, but it is a little funny that this would be the turn that Dylan spent a long time thinking.
Now. I'm not taking the objective off you, so the Warp Talons don't accomplish anything.
That good defensive positioning in that top left-hand objective with our heroic intervention from the Master of Executions, keeping Dylan off that objective.
So that's fine.
We can potentially try to shoot those guys down, but there is 2 units on the objective, including a unit of Chosen, and the melee charge would be very bad there. But we are going to be moving into a situation where we have CP available for both players for interrupts, which means the aggressor here has to be a little bit cagey about where they, if they elect to multi-charge.
Just come back.
No. Oh, wait. Oh, come on.
You're fine, yeah. Oh, you're
Yeah,
really
okay.
far back. Oh my gosh.
We're not moving that far back. We're just trying to not die to things.
Yeah, it would be unfortunate here if, I think, as Dylan is pointing out, if he did end up getting this master possession picked out by the Warp Talons, that could very well ruin his game plan of relying on that psychic interrogation. You have to remember that with that extended engagement range, it actually makes it easier for models to reach over each other. So if we only had one layer of models here protecting the master possession, another model with that 2-inch engagement could reach over their base. So you have to have quite a bit of spacing to protect a character from charges, from direct charges. It does mean that the Creation's Bile unit gets killed by the Warp Talons in response, but as long as they got their target, it doesn't really matter that much.
Hey, we got an 8. We got it.
I'm not going
Would you like?
At point. No, I could.
That's fine.
Okay, so potentially with a
Cool. And then we're going to
deny
go
from the
for
Corn unit.
let's wound the
But not gonna do
Spaceman unit because I really need them to go off this turn. We do 2 to ourselves. We save one of them. We take 1. And then we're going to cast Earth. No, we're not. We're going to throw the dice away. Yep, Cursed Earth goes off, and then we'll go for the extra 6s of auto wounds on the pink unit. That goes off as well.
Thank goodness you stabbed yourself.
Yep.
It didn't matter. You had venom colors.
No. Cool, and then we'll go to shooting.
Just venom colors.
Yeah, so this one's going to shoot into those Marines first, I think. So, 6 shots. One wound. 4 up.
3 up, but yeah.
Next one.
They are assault. I hope you know. You could have had exploding 6.
Oh. There we go. 5 wounds.
3 up.
Okay, we killed 2.
So starts picking off the Legionaries on Objective 3. Not too bad.
Yeah, shooting.
Using
Yeah, we're
that
done.
slight range superiority to their advantage. And that was a very quick turn there from Dylan.
Yep, this is gonna be interesting.
Doesn't look like we healed back our friend down here in the pink unit.
So, you know what?
Yeah.
That's why I'm winning, but not really.
Yeah, it's a. My thinking there was very much I could go and pick up a whole Terminator unit, but then I just sort of get slapped. And if you want to use CP to advance and charge a Terminator unit and not shoot them, I'm okay with that.
What's the charge we said?
Well, he moves 13. He's 21 away, so that's a 7, yeah.
19.
Because of the 2-inch.
No, it's a 6.
Is it a 6?
6.
Move him and let's find out.
Also, full hit rerolls to Abadonian. Or sorry, to the Terminator unit.
Yeah, that'll be 7. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it looks like, I think Salad feeling the pressure a little bit now, pushing out. The Terminators will be leaving their good defensive position and be a little bit more susceptible to the Possessed, but if we engage them with the Lord Discordant, he can deal a significant amount of damage to them, because he deals mortal wounds on successful wound rolls. It's even worse if he ends up surviving the swing back from the Possessed unit, because again, if it then requires another combat phase to remove that model, he gets to fight an additional time in Dylan's turn, so he can print some additional value.
CP. I still rolled up 1. Jesus.
Yes! Yes!
Okay.
Dylan did call it at the
I can
start
hear the pain
that he was
in
going to
your
roll
voice, Bile. I hope you- also,
ones
see if
on
I
his
get my
CP2
full
plus
hit
CP regen.
Crappy thing. I do.
And he's rolling them.
But again, not gonna matter. Actually, I guess he should have done the cover one, if you don't mind. This guy needs to move. Yeah, he's not getting.
Nah, you can have the cover 1. It's fine.
I don't think it'll matter. I'm just gonna
Okay.
say rerolls because I don't know what to choose. Both are. I can't choose. Both are entirely irrelevant.
Yes.
So Abaddon is just gonna. I decided.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, the light
The,
cover
uh,
on the Terminators could be relevant if they charge out of the terrain, if they do get into the Possess unit, and then are taking Venom Crawler shots. But I have a sneaking suspicion that Venom Crawlers will be firing somewhere else. Either at the Lord Discordant or at the objective holders in the back over here.
I was just immediately like,
Wait a second.
wait.
Stop.
Because I don't really get anything if I hit you first, because you don't kill me particularly well in combat anyway.
Yeah.
And
But
if I wait,
if I kill the matchup,
Go on.
you're like, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
yeah,
Because now
And
Abaddon's like,
yeah.
like that's...
And if I wait till turn 3, then I suddenly get a whole lot scarier.
Yeah, I mean we both do, but more so you. I agree.
Let's go pointing on 2s with full rerolls. Yeah.
Yeah, once that exploding 6s trigger,
We're gonna have a Talon off.
the with the rerolls from the Word
Okay, like
Bearers,
Chuck Talon, but like it also
you end
like
up I think
you
typically
kinda just,
converting
like,
about
stay there like not
110% of your attacks.
Yeah.
So you typically end with more hits
What
than
do
you
these
started
guys
with
have?
attacks because of that
They have a
exploding
2.
6s from wanton destruction.
They don't, but they are corn.
They're calling with an icon.
Yeah, it's not fun to charge.
Everything has icons for that one match where I'm gonna take that secondary where icons help.
Yeah, when
But so far, I've played 20 Custodial Shields, so if they get in the centre, I'm not shifting them in a turn. And I've got Abaddon, where if he gets in the centre, I'm not shifting him in a turn.
Yeah. This guy already moved. Do I just stay still? I think I just stay still.
We're just all gonna stay still. This is probably not what people expected out of this match.
Yeah, it's like there's 2 armies. Like, all right, I'm gonna take a little pot shots here. It's,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna hit the fan next turn. I think
Maybe.
because I don't want to cumber and I don't want to touch this objective. You see how much crap there is on here? Like, I
I
can't
know.
move that. Do I just stay back? I don't know. Or do I chuckle talons? That's the question I'm having now. Do I just stay back or chuckle talons in? I want to chuck warp talons, but maybe you don't.
I want a Warp Talon. You're a Warp Talon, Mr. Warp Talon.
Yeah, those warp talons, I think, are going to be in the instances where they can actually reel their wounds. Are going to be kind of clutch against the possessed bricks. They're a pretty strong alpha strike because they're so fast, but the downside is that if we give them away too easily, things get much easier for the word bearers. So it looks like I think what we're going to be trying to do is fight the other Warp Talon unit. Obviously, the Word Bearers Warp Talons do not fight on death, so if the Creation's Warp Talons can kill them, they can potentially stifle the forward momentum of this whole brick here if they just basically encircle the outside of this terrain and project their engagement range through it so nobody can leave. And then if the Warp Talon unit isn't killed in melee, or isn't killed in shooting, which is unlikely, 2 Venom Crawlers might do it, but it's kind of, if they can get in the cover, it's going to be a little bit tough for them. That will force them to be dealt with in melee, and that means that they can fight on death in Dylan's turn. Definitely a benefit of that fight on death ability is you get to throw away your units kind of haphazardly. You basically play like, press W, go forward, the game plan, and hope for the best.
You have to. I'm not going to care too much. Yeah, you're chilling. Actually, they're gonna let this guy here. Because he didn't go around the other side. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I have a spawn.
Oh, he's getting aggressive.
A little obnoxious. Do a little trolling. Alright, that's very people. Alright, right. Who do I shoot now?
You spawn.
Okay. Everybody here is gonna shoot these guys, the white guy.
Yep.
We're gonna overcharge the plasmas. We're gonna shoot only one profile though, with the combi meltas and plasmas.
Yeah.
Okay. Start with the meltas, I think.
And not firing our bolter profile because it is highly unlikely to deal damage, so not worth the -1 to hit on the good weapon.
2 hits.
3 hit.
1 wound.
1 wound. 4 up. Saved.
Yep.
And
Gatling.
Cursed Earth and Vulnerable saving some
The
folks.
plasmas afterwards. And the the plasmas afterwards.
Yeah.
That's a bad reroll. Ouchies.
Okay, 3 wounds though. AP 2?
Yeah.
3s. Yeah, take 2 damage.
On a guy, it has to be a guy in cover. Remember.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Take 1 damage, right? Not 2.
Are they only 1 damage?
You failed 3 saves if you didn't want to take it in cover, or 1 save. You...
No, what I mean is, are they really only 1?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awful. Sorry, I just completely thought they were 2 damage.
Plasma. I'll reroll the 1.
Yeah.
Okay, he doesn't die, but he gets 2 hits.
Yeah.
Would you twice? Invul.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just considering if I want to ward it because I have 3 command points. Do it.
So we could Hexagrammic Word to turn the damage to 0 for a CP.
It's got to be allocated. No, we'll take the 4 up. And the 4 up.
Saved. The saves anyway. Easy game.
Cool. Abaddon is gonna shoot the white squad, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, sorry, no. The Disco Lord is gonna shoot the white squad.
Okay.
Yeah, try to flamer and kill that model. Might as well try to pick off the wounded model while we
7
can.
again.
Eke out that little bit of efficiency.
3s.
Nice.
5 wounds. Okay.
An immortal.
AP AP on him.
2.
AP2, cool. So the first one, saved. Second one, saved. Third one,
Dies.
that will kill the guy.
Do you really care about one guy? Holy crap.
Not really, yeah, so he can die.
Still on cover, I assume?
Yeah, still cover. Be the guy next to him. That's
So
fine.
Plink's another guy for a couple.
Ooh,
Nice.
that'll kill 2. Oh, that's fine.
Ooh,
And then you have a
nice.
mortal at the end.
Yeah. That one goes through. Stick it
Abaddon.
on.
Abaddon's
We'll stick it there.
gonna shoot the same
Yeah,
squad.
fine.
I think.
Yeah.
Shoot.
This is a pretty toasty shooting phase from the army that we just talked about not having as good of a shooting phase. This is the 2 Venom Crawlers, obviously. That Bale Flamer and all the Chaos Terminators, nothing, not too bad, for sure.
2s.
Yep. Die.
Amazing.
I am gonna CP that one.
CP, so you can save a Possess there on the 2+ save and cover.
There you go.
And he's good.
It's really underperformed. If I killed 3 guys, actually, it's pretty good. Alright.
10% of the Possessed dead, chat. We're almost
Yep.
there. We're getting there. Let's see what this Lord Discordant can do.
Chaos Spawn. Gonna charge.
I think as much as we want to charge the white unit and give it, clip out that last wounded guy, I think it gives them too much free movement because they then get to use the combat phase movement to pile and consolidate closer. And the downside here is that we only have one OBSEC unit on Salad's home objective here, which is these 5
Thank goodness you didn't have your MOP right there.
regular boys. Yeah. So if the Possessed get all the way around and get into them and they can clip them out, that actually has the potential to steal the objective away. Because we are probably, assuming that we get rid of the Lord Discordant, we are probably going to be hitting those Terminators this turn.
This. Something like that. So I can't rotate that much. We're just gonna go base.
So
those 2
big
tools and, like,
charge from the Disco Lord
Yeah, okay.
going into the Possessed. Very nice.
So does he take mortal wounds? No.
The Cursed Earth does
Yeah,
not
we're
trigger
gonna
until
do it.
Immortals.
We're gonna
Amazing.
do Talon on Talon action up there.
Oh, really?
Warp Challenge charging the other Warp Talons. Now, we do have CP to interrupt here, but one thing that... Oh, no. Well, we might lose CP to interrupt on Salad's side. Double 1's not going to do it. It's not quite good enough, and I think it's only about a 5-inch charge to get to the edge of this engagement range. It's poking through the wall here.
Yes. The question is it worth it because you fight on death anyway?
Yeah, that's what the point. And you're shooting is like, I'll just pretend I shoot.
So, yeah, the player's deciding whether or not they should hold up CP for interrupts.
I just feel really bad spent. I'm not gonna spend it. It's
No CP reroll there. So holding up to 2 CP. Would be good if those Warp Talons could alpha the other Warp Talons again, because there is the potential that you get 2 rounds of attacking out of these Warp Talons. Whereas if they just get hit by the Possessed Bomb and the Possessed Squad and get murdered, they will just fight on death and attack 1 time. If you can eke that second shot, that second swing out of them, it's a lot of value.
2s.
okay.
3s. Oh wait, strength.
7.
4s then.
Still 3s because he's +1 because he charged.
Okay.
Okay, so 4
Okay.
mortals, 3 saves.
Yeah. So
So we have a save for each,
no one's
or a
wounded,
mortal for each
so
successful wound roll,
I'm
and then
actually going
an
to
additional mortal for every
hexagrammatic
6.
one of them.
So
And then
pay SCP to Hexagrammic Ward.
So
that one. What's the damage?
2.
2. So no one's wounded.
Why is no one wounded?
And then because no one in that purple possession squad's wounded.
Yeah. So you take 2 damage so far.
Yeah, and then we save the other one.
Yeah.
taking on that guy.
Fingers, 'cause that's how I like to roll my stuff.
Yeah. And there's one more wound.
4. Oh, he needs to do the black
4.
test. Up. I need to do the black test really quick. Okay, fine. We pass it. All right.
Do you have to? Is it only if you roll over?
Yeah, it's only a roll over.
Okay, that's fine then. Just because you were -1 leadership from the possessed. Yeah, so 4 mortal wounds as well.
And then the tickle fingers.
One more mortal.
And 1 more wound.
So I believe that's...
Saved.
So the wounds have not... We've only done 2 actual
Legs.
physical damage, but there are 6 floating mortals, I believe.
1 more wardle, 3 more
The
saves.
word bearers do have a 5 up against mortal wounds here, so it's pretty good for them.
First one.
Kills. Guy.
Awkwardly, this will allow the entire unit to fight back. I do wonder if there was, with the charge roll that Salah did roll, I wonder if there was a position
fine with that.
that he could have moved the Hellstalker to here. Would have given more movement to these models, but I don't know if that makes that much of a difference. Because if he's at this position, he can, or this position, I guess, he can probably cut everyone but these models from attacking. So he stops 2 or maybe 3 models from hitting him.
Okay, I take 4, so I'm gonna lose 2 more.
Kill 2 more. And then you can
Could've-
fight back.
So kills a third of the possessed unit.
And then I
Down
will
to
6
6.
guys.
1 damage.
That's fine.
When we're going to pay a CP
So that's
reduce
6
damage by
guys.
1, yeah. So he's probably not going to die here, and he's going to force the word bearers to deal with him on the subsequent turn.
Cool. 3s, rerolling.
Yep.
Let's actually just reroll all of that as well. Oh, there we go. So the 6s also wound.
Yep. And you moved on 5s. That was a really good roll.
That many at
What
-2.
an insane roll there, Chad. He is saving on 3s.
I think he's dead.
Nope.
6 go through, so he's actually okay.
Just.
Just.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Really,
That was a
really
lot.
bad save roll, though.
Yeah, unfortunately for Salad, I think that was not the trade he wanted. It probably forces the possessed to fall back here, which is pretty dicey for word bearers, but it does put the Lord Discordant at a position where potential smite from the Master Possession and the Venom Crawlers could finish him off without having to deal with him in the fight phase. I think Salad was certainly hoping that he would force Dylan to commit another unit to kill him in melee.
Oh, yeah. So you still failed.
Yeah.
Or wait, never mind.
No, I lost 1 last turn and a 3, and I can't fail.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's fine. We'll go to other stuff now. My turn. We get 3. We control. Yeah, so we control 2. We get not interrogate yet. 3 for banners. That's fine. I'm fine with the Disco Lord doing that.
Yeah. I would have liked to take 1 less damage, I think.
Dark Apostle. We get it. This is fine. Get this guy up. Like that.
I should have not been touching the terrain, by the way. I'm not touching the terrain, I hope you know.
Okay. He needs to go back then.
We're gonna go back. Oh, is he touching the terrain? I can't tell.
Yeah, he is touching the terrain there.
Oh, crap. Sorry.
Just pull him back a bit, it's fine.
That's completely my fault, by the way. I thought that the terrain was not.
There you go, it's there. I'll just go the extra for the piling.
Yeah, I just.
And- Yeah,
That's so
that's
awkward.
fine.
It's my bad. It's my bad.
In that case, I'll advance that unit 1 inch. Damn it. 7.
Yeah, so we have a Balefire Tome back here and another one in this building. So we have 2 potential smites plus the
That's
MOP.
not ideal. What about...
It could be dropping mortal
If
wounds
I
on this
go,
guy, so that
like-
probably will kill the Lord Discordant before the fight phase.
There. Am I in 18 to do it? Yes. Can I see you? No. That's a pain. But it's fine.
Not able to get the second Balefire.
Yeah, you know what? In all honesty, it's probably completely fine. Let's do... Do I have to stay in combat with you? I'd like to... It's not awful, but like, meh. We will move these possessed up. I think, because next turn you actually start doing stuff that's kind of scary.
That's a personal opinion. Sorry.
So we'll do that. Think we will advance the Master of Possession. Ooh, we get a 4.
Yep.
I just need to check where is 6 inches going to be. It's going to be there. What if we just push all the way across? And then I might be fine with it. I've got to charge the spawn as well, but that's fine.
What's the 6 inches for?
Curse Staff.
Ah.
If I do Curse Staff, I'm not sure. Probably. Yeah, I think we almost definitely do Curse Staff. Gonna move some cultists on that don't have auto raise.
My Terminators don't have auto raise, and I hate it as well.
You know, you can just turn it on.
Yeah, no, I've turned it on. But, like, I have to remember every single time.
Oh yeah, every game it's a pain.
They could just save them with
Yeah,
that.
so we'll just shuffle cultists up like that.
Don't worry about that, it's fine.
These Legionnaires, I'm gonna do the same thing. I need the Balefire Tome out.
It makes me sad for not getting the spawn charge off, because the spawn charge, if I spawn just sits here, that makes this charge kind of awkward.
Yeah, for sure. I don't really want to be forced to fight the guy, so
Fortunately, they're not warp talents, so you don't like not have a choice. So, can you stand there? No. Maybe.
I mean, I've got the movement to pull back those guys still and get him behind. It's 9 inches from here.
Yeah.
So I'll do this properly. So these guys here have to go back a bit more. Then he can go there. He can go there. He keeps going back.
To go no more than that.
There and then there.
That'd be outside of coherency. You're really wrong.
Okay, well if he goes there.
Have to fall forward.
Oh no, there we go.
Coherency.
Yeah, so we'll do that. We
Tight
will
stuff over there.
move the Venom Caller just so we can kind of deal with them if we need to, but still shoot stuff over here. Also, I can't get the Master Possession in range, I don't think. That's
You're just
clear. Am I gonna have to go like up and around maybe? 10 or 2 across.
2. Yes, you're in.
Okay, cool. I'll take that. And at worst, we have to charge Terminators, and it's fine.
Yep.
Over here, we'll go up. 9.
3.
Yep. Do I just warp talon your warp talons with my warp talons?
That'd be so much fun. Let's do it, bro.
Yeah! Maybe. I also I'm kind of tempted to maybe pull Possess over as well. What's the Master of Executions like in combat?
He's probably 7 attacks. He could boost up to D3 extra once per turn. He rerolls all hit rolls. Hit rolls of 6s are mortals, and 6 to hit also explodes. So like it's just 2. Essentially, if I roll a 6, it's 2 extra mortals. Strength, probably 9. Strength 8 or 9.
Yeah. Okay.
Fights first. Ignores at least 1 -1 to hit. What else would we do? Rerolls wounds against characters.
Massively like that.
Yeah, generally character you don't want to let intervene into you.
Hit rolls, I guess,
It is interesting. He has a pretty bizarre heroic intervention ability on the execution there
What's his heroic intervention?
6 inches.
that they're about to talk about. Yeah, he does have a 6-inch bubble for it. Ooh, it does look like we can engage outside of the terrain here, though. So I think maybe a slight misposition. Could have placed these Marines about an inch farther back, and they would have been protected by it.
Where they are. I'll move the Marines up a bit.
So it looks like this is the turn where things are about to get really spicy here, chat.
Otherwise,
We have about half of a possessed squad, 6 possessed, 20% of the possessed on the table have been removed by the Creations of Bile army. The question here is how much these Chaos Terminators get hit. They have a lot of buffs on them. They are full rerolling currently because of Abaddon. We could potentially, because they're on the terrain, hold steady against the possessed charge and try to do a bunch of damage in Overwatch.
What is it?
It's a bit funky. Oh, because we healed a model. I see what happened there.
Same guys last time.
Okay.
Ooh, 8. Do you want to stop it?
Nope.
Cool. We'll go for a smite from the guy with the Balefire Tome. Ooh, a 10.
Not super, importantly.
Yeah. It does 1.
Okay.
1 damage to the Disco Lord. We see if we
Master
smite
Possession
him
will go for Cursed Earth
from the MOP.
on an 8.
Go ahead.
Cool. And then we'll go for... part of me want to smite, but I'm going to try for the auto wound on 6s. Yeah.
The Lords Discordant are only
Goes
T6, so
on
they're
10.
actually a pretty good target for the Venom Crawler, since they went on 4s. Downside is that AP2 against a 2+ save with Armor of Contempt, so they have a little bit of tough time getting through, but it's not the end of the world.
The cultists are going to try and hit.
Alright, yeah.
Cool. 1 guy for a crack grenade, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 shots.
Sure hope that this the Discord Lord doesn't get killed by a cultist unit here. That would be upsetting, I think, for everyone.
He's gonna -1 damage.
Okay.
And a PSCP
Crack
for
grenade.
-1 damage on him.
It misses, sadly. Cool.
So that will
10
affect the
shots.
Venom Crawler attacks. It means that we have to convert 2 of them.
Okay.
And we have a CP to reroll potentially, because all that
Man.
Salad wants to do is
Okay.
allow this guy to trade in melee effectively.
We'll shoot you with the Venom Crawler next one.
Alright, and see if the Venom Crawler gets him.
Actually, the Master of Possession will throw a crack grenade.
Checks out, yeah.
Oh no, he advanced, he can't.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I don't get explosions this turn though, do I?
Let me check. Do you get explosion?
Yeah. Do I?
I don't know.
Just 1 second. The command point that I keep forgetting that I
Still don't
didn't get. No, great. I don't know. But there's 4 wounds on him.
4 wounds. 3 wounds.
Yeah, from a Venom. Yeah, sorry, 3 wounds from a Venom Crawler. Just one.
Well,
Okay.
that is the
We'll go for the other Venom Crawler.
-1 damage coming into play there. This is another shot, and I think effectively the last shot that we have on him. Only one wound.
3 up.
Big save here. What do we get? Ooh, that
he was
will
an
not
idiot.
save. Do we CP reroll it?
It's worth a command point.
That means no Overwatch from the
Lord Gunsy, yeah,
Terminators.
that's it, right?
We have like
that
a bolt
is-
pistol that
yeah,
could
full
shoot,
guns.
maybe.
That's worth it. If I make you spend 85 more points to kill him, that's worth it.
And there
He
it
makes the
is.
save.
Okay, cool. Cool. Charges then, I think, at this point. I could have... oh, wait, no. I have... Sorry, I'll rephrase that. I do have that Marine unit, technically.
Warpig5277 with the
I guess.
Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much
I
for
could
supporting.
throw a crack
Really
grenade,
appreciate it.
Or,
Thanks for everyone who subbed today.
Yeah, I mean, or I could just shoot you with a bolter. I don't know what's in there at this point. I'll throw a crack grenade.
All right, ready? Not like this, chat. No,
We missed it.
We miss. Whoa! Lord Discord
Okay,
survives on one.
Not ideal.
Threatening that fight on death. But again, that does mean that the Chaos Terminators do not have their Overwatch, which means these possessed are free to charge.
Charges.
No problem. That would have been a pretty hefty Overwatch there. Full rerolls hitting on 5s with all of those combi weapons.
Yep, they'll chill.
Yep. On a 6. And we'll go like that. Don't know why I'm turning the objective, I just am.
Doesn't matter. I mean,
Because you can't heroically intervene, can he? Into me though. Cool.
right.
Apparently I did have exploding 6s on the Venom's guns. Oh well.
Wow.
The possessed will charge. The yellow ones, I mean.
Yep, of course. Easy. Peasy. Lemon squeezy. Lemon squeezy.
Getting a little French over here, I guess. Those Warp Talons are not long for this world, but at least they will get to fight.
Senor Discord.
Probably take a couple possessed with them, for sure.
Senor Disco never dies.
Now, the awkward part
I
here,
tried
too,
to
is
run
that Salad is threatening a heroic intervention. So if that Lord Discordant is able to intervene, yeah, we have to get in there with the Venom Crawler for sure and try to peel him out. If he was able to intervene, he could potentially just knock the entire cultist unit out for free.
And it's a shame for me, but I can't do anything about it. And the possessed will go into what?
Venom Crawler
at this
does have a
point
-1 damage available to it, too.
I think.
The Terminators are going to set to defend and put their shields on.
Okay. Go! Okay, they're in.
That was very anticlimactic.
Okay, let's
Go with their
move
tiny
this
charge.
guy first. See where he can get. Okay. So
So
he can go there.
Cultists aren't core, or not core.
I don't know.
They're not core.
So the careful positioning here is so that we can position around the fight on death, potentially. Effectively, what you want to do is engage the models that your opponent least wants to assign damage to. Because each model that gets assigned damage to will get to fight, but that model then has to be in range to target you with its melee attacks. So if we assign damage to the Terminators in the back, for example, they would have a tough time getting in to actually fight the possessed unit.
Don't have to go so far.
So engaging special weapons and trying to limit your frontage on the unit that you're fighting that's fighting on death will give you
yeah, he's blocked.
some benefits.
Shot off the board by Abaddon. Yeah, okay. Think we then just go to
Fights.
combat. Yeah. Okay, so you can't interrupt at all, can you?
Nope.
Okay, so we're just going to hit the possessed with the yellow possessed unit into the warp talons.
Okay.
51 attacks.
-5, because one guy's not fighting.
Oh,
Yeah, whatever.
I'll just do the consolidate.
Oh yeah.
I mean the pilot
fine.
for it. There we go, solved. And then we'll just reroll those. And then we get an extra 10. There you go, 46 wins.
Alright, I live.
Somehow we found a way to kill
they
5
will
warp
fight.
talons here.
All but one guy. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna do everybody, since we're not based, everybody can go into the yellow possessed. Because this guy will die, this guy will die, this guy will die, then this guy will die, then this guy will die, and he'll pile into there.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So we're gonna chuck everybody into the possessed.
Yep.
You wanna put the time on me real quick?
Yep.
Splitting 6s, so 21 hits.
5 rerolling.
4s are rolling.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a lot.
That mattered a lot. Okay.
Whoa. Big wound roll there.
Okay, but the save's defined.
Look
so
at
we
that.
lose
Clips
4.
4?
Somehow. Okay.
Mm.
That shouldn't really have happened.
That is a pretty spicy trade there for the Warp Talons, and that is we're really seeing here why Creations of Bile is such a strong melee powerhouse,
That's like almost.
because it's so hard to profitably engage into them. That felt like an easy pickup right after that failed charge, but they still get to print value if you're trying to kill them with melee attacks. And if you imagine that they could have killed the Warp Talons before instigating that trade too, they could have basically just doubled their value.
Go like that and not touch the unit.
They just
Let's
want
not
to
touch the
hug
unit.
you.
Yeah, okay, and then we'll go Venom Crawler onto Disco Lord. 6 attacks.
Mm-hmm. Hitting on trees.
Yep,
Splitting sixes.
rerolling. Yep,
Winning on
3s.
Ouchies.
4 up saves.
Easy. Never seen them all. Alright, he dies.
Dead.
Alright, he's gonna whack you.
Yep.
The big. Okay, well. It doesn't matter because if I fail the test or not, because I can just take the mortals. Because I'll
Yeah.
still die. You're not infantry units. Oh, I had this 3. You also take. Let's see, 8 mortals.
Yeah. So there's the save roll.
Okay, so you
think
take. Let's see,
it's
you
dead.
take 12 damage. Your thing explodes, so you get to roll that.
I don't explode.
Aw.
There we go.
So there's a trade, another
Okay,
trade as well. More
and-
Discordant trades for the Venom Collar, which is why it was so important to keep that guy alive. Definitely, I think worth the 2 CP, basically just to clip out a 100-point unit
Actually,
from your
do they
opponent.
have to reroll wounds or plus 1 to wounds? What works out better?
And this scrum, I think,
when
is
you go on
kind of
threes-
what we wanted here,
I
chat.
think reroll works better.
Out of this matchup, 2 big brawly melee armies fighting each other. The downside is that one of them gets to fight on death and the other one doesn't.
Oh yeah, you've got
Ward
that.
bearers are going to hit a little bit more efficiently, but that's
Okay,
not going to matter so
so-
much.
41 attacks.
Yes.
Unless you want to. Do you want to put any? I should ask. Do you want to put any to the spawn?
No.
Okay.
Because the spawn is stuck there. 41 attacks on 3s. And we'll reroll that.
Nice.
So that is
You just
13 auto wounds.
and 13 extra hits.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
Pretty solid roll right
extra
there. That's what
hits.
that
A
is.
lot of sixes.
Good
More
job,
than I would have
boys.
ever won.
And then 4's rerolling.
You could have reroll. That's so nasty. 3 up saves.
Oh, yeah.
What do we got here?
Nice.
That's a bit insane. 1, 2, 3, 4 dead chaos.
3 dead because I sieged the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So 1 gets reduced to 0 damage because of Mark of Zinch. Very nice. And then the order in which they get removed is pretty important here, so we can actually fight.
Should have killed 6 guys.
Because I think we
Okay,
might want to
actually, I'm not gonna
peel a
take
dude
these
from the
bad
front
guys for
to
an important
open
reason.
space to fall back to
Because these
pile
guys
in with
get,
the subsequent models.
Fly on death. So I am going to take, however.
And I think what was looking like a pretty good matchup from a secondary objective standpoint from Dylan is now looking pretty good for
and then
Salad.
right here, 3.
Yeah.
Not the least of which, because he now has this massive attrition advantage, having killed a bunch of models on Dylan's own turn. And we have to remember now, right? These are a lot of fighting happening. We got the Possessed fighting, we got the Terminators fighting, everybody's fighting each other. These Terminators are about to fight, and then the Terminator unit's about to fight. And that's before Salad's turn. Salad's about to activate and have an entire turn coming up right here, though. But he needs to press this advantage right now, because if he lets these Possessed escape, they could begin to get healed back. This is the -1 to wound unit, so they are pretty tanky, and they could begin to get healed back by the Master of Possession. So starting to clip out the wounded Possessed with the Terminators. Now what we could do here is with the Fight on Death, if we take enough damage, pull the Possessed that are in melee with the Terminators, and that would remove them from being engaged, which would stop them from activating.
And then these guys get to fight. The rest of the guys get to fight.
Looks like we didn't do quite enough damage for that. So we only clipped out one Possessed with those 3 models. They are in range for the Relic to prevent rerolls. So Abaddon's Abaddon's aura not helping so much. But they're hitting on 2s because of set to defend, so it's not too bad. Looks like we might lose one Terminator here on the swing back from being able to fight.
I will lose out on one guy. It's like I won't be able to fight.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's do the Power Fist, Chain Fist, then 1 damage weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Guy who's missing has Power Fist. So we've lost 2 Power Fists. Should we have 4 more Power Fists left? No, wait. We lost 2 Power Fists, and we're losing another. So we have 3 Power Fists. Nice. So it'll be 9 hits, because I hit on 3 since
Yeah, fine. 4s.
No, why 4s?
-1 to wound. Oh, not that unit.
Not
That's
this
fine.
Either good.
Yeah. 4s. 1, 2.
Kills 3 because you have a guy on 2.
Oh dear. Christ. I just lose the game here.
Maybe.
It should have killed 6. It literally on their average is 6 dead Terminators, even with the -1.
And then the Chain Fist. So 3.
Yeah.
This guy's fighting. Yeah, 6 guys fighting. Oh, I need to.
Oof.
Oh, probably finished.
So brutal swing back as
wait,
well on the
they're-
Possessed.
Yeah, the episode Chain Fist.
Clips them down to only 4, so we've killed 4 this turn, I think. And
Only one.
Chain Fist still swinging.
Yep. Of course we don't save it.
Kills guy.
Zero
Yeah,
Werewolf with
this
the Twitch
is
Prime
wild.
sub as well.
Stupid.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the subs. I really appreciate it. And that is, yeah, a huge swing for Creations of Bile. Really goes to show you that you need some special ways to deal with the Creations of Bile army.
That is completely ridiculous, though.
Because there's no way to engage them reasonably in melee there,
Okay,
because
so why
they
not?
just punch you back as hard as you punch them. You have to be able to interact with them some other way, and we did have that little bit of interaction between the Venom Crawler shooting and the Psychic powers, but we couldn't hold out like that forever. Eventually, the Terminators were just going to move up and charge. They're going to shoot and charge and do a ton of damage. So I think Dylan had the opportunity here of abandoning his banner on this objective, or just going for it and trying to hit first, and that did not go well. Oh, down to just 3 Possessed in that unit. We killed so many this turn. This was Dylan's turn, and we killed 10 Possessed and a Venom Crawler. And now Salad's going to go. And I think Dylan's... Dylan might be correct there. I think the Creations of Bile are just going to power through this matchup right now. It looks very strong for Salad moving here. He is getting obliterated on secondaries right now, but he is about to score a ton on no prisoners, having killed a ton of
Leadership.
Possessed infantry.
already dead from the unit. But you're -1, so you only have
Yeah.
1 passes. That fails. Last guy. Oops.
Another guy runs away.
That's-
Shit! Oh my god.
That shouldn't happen. I've sat there and I've done the maths every time, and that's like that swung massively both ways.
Yeah, and I don't have morale. So I'm good.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think. I mean, playing this army, but on both sides, we are kind of seeing the downside of the inflexibility. Oh, did we fail on the other possessed unit too? Chat! What is this game? How did this turn go so wrong? That is the downside of the inflexibility of these style of armies, is that once they get faced with the creations of Bile, which is it's basically an unstoppable force, right? It's like 2 unstoppable forces meeting each other, and one of them needs to have the flexibility to turn into an unmovable object, and neither of them can do that. They're just going to crash into each other, and it's going to be brutal, and the creations of Bile are better in the fight phase, and they're just going to win that matchup, I think. And because Dylan has built an army that is so reliant on the profile of a possessed, and being able to buff that up with the Masters of Possession, being able to use the Word Bearer's abilities to get the best use out of them, he ran into an army that's very good at killing Possessed. And even though, I mean, he did swing back super hard here, he took extra damage. This Possessed unit was probably going to get, if not clipped out, probably laid low, I guess, by the additional models that we're fighting over here. These Chosen are pretty good at fighting them. At Strength 6 versus Toughness 5, winning them on 3s with 16 attacks, with Exploding 6s, hitting on 2s. Rerolling 1s from, or I guess not rerolling because of the icon, but doing a ton of damage just by themselves. So even if the Terminators took a little bit of extra damage, did a little bit less in the swing back, this Possessed unit probably still trades for several Terminators, which is not really where you want to be with a Possessed unit. And then on top of that, right, as we get to the late game here, we also still have Abaddon. Now, Abaddon is a little bit in danger because we do have Balefire Tomes in these Marine units, meaning that we do have Psychic Phase damage that we can apply to him. But it might be that we just see Abaddon just wander around this combat over here, sink into this Balefire Tome unit, destroy it utterly, and begin dealing with this objective. We also have a potential advance in charge from the Chosen unit over here that can get onto the Cultists, potentially get into the Possessed squad, maybe clip out this Master Possession to remove Cursed Earth. And I think things start going so downhill for Dylan. It's going to be real bad. But we'll see. Maybe we see some bad dice on Salad side of the table. That's certainly possible. But I definitely think that the lesson to be learned here, and one that we can't be too surprised about, is that it's very difficult to engage with Creations of Bile in Melee and come out on top. Yeah, chat, for sure. Yeah, I think if you haven't experienced this matchup and how brutal it is in a Melee mirror, it's worth, like... What are you doing over there, Salad? What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, stop it.
It's worth experiencing at least once, because I think you have to see it and reformulate your game plan. After playing against something similar, or a similar list that was run by Dietz. That game's on stream, actually. I think that's on in the VOD channel. Twitch.tv/TacticalTortoiseTV. If you're not there, you can go see all of the stream VODs. These stream VODs for the T5S2 Invitationals are obviously hosted on the main Tactical Tortoise channel, but the other ones are over on our replay channel. And after playing against that with a Tyranid list, I was like, wow, this is totally untenable. To fight these guys with Raveners and Warriors and try to trade up, you have to formulate a new game plan. You have to engage in a different vector. Not that it's insurmountable, because their threat ranges are solid but not infinite, so you can kind of play a waiting game against them. They are good against a lot of ranged attacks, but heavy ranged attacks will eventually punch through their defenses and kill them. So it's definitely not unbeatable. But for an army made up almost entirely of Possessed, a model that has no ranged attacks and can't cast psychic powers, is a bad time. You're gonna have a bad time. This is interesting. I think Salad's path to victory here, or his win path so far in the Invitational, has been pretty interesting because he's played against two of these skew lists back to back, and I don't know if Salad, because we had some upsets in the final bracketing, because a couple players ended up refusing their invites. I don't know if Salad knew what he was, who he was going to be playing against. And to be fair, his round one was against Lord Solar, Skew Lord, who could play literally anything, as long as it picks one profile and spams it a million times. But the two armies he played against were both spamming these melee profiles that are relatively bad at killing, relatively bad at trading with his Creations of Bile units. His first round was against Adeptus Sororitas, running 60 Novitiates, 15 Repentia, 15 Zephyrum, just a ton of bodies, but a lot of melee and a lot of T3 one-wound melee that units like Chosen and Legionnaires just traded one for one for. Which means it was super duper difficult for Lord Solar to be able to get in there and fight. You gotta shoot Creations of Bile? Absolutely, chat. For sure.
No damage.
Yep.
Those advanced, those guys still can't shoot because he's closer. These guys are gonna go shoot cultist, I guess. So we'll put 4 shots in a cultist.
Mm-hmm.
Two wounds. Kill one because of cover.
Yep.
We're gonna put 1 crack grenade and 3 bolt guns into the Venom Crawler. 1 crack grenade. And then the bolt guns. I also want too many dice. That one off. 1 wound. Onto the Venom Crawler.
Yep. Saved.
Green unit is gonna put 7 bolt shots in the Venom Crawler and 1 crack grenade. So we'll do crack. Grenade. Hits. Nothing. Bolt shots. 1 extra hit. Oh wait, nope, not 1 extra hit. I'll take that one. Just 1 more wound. Only the pistol exploded.
Saved.
Safe. Alright. That's the shooting phase. Charges. Pink squad is gonna charge the Green Marines.
Yep.
They're gonna spend 1 to advance and charge.
Yep.
9 inches because of Abaddon. Abaddon is gonna. Alright, the Marines are gonna charge the MOP.
Yeah.
You're in.
Yeah.
I'll come. Not gonna touch the cultists.
So going for the Master of Possession, trying to get rid of that Cursed Earth and
Dawn
the
is
no
gonna
reroll
charge
icon, which is certainly hampering
The
Abaddon.
cultist and the MOP. Well, that's not block. Entirely. Okay. Abaddon is going to charge the pink squad. For a reroll. Still fails. Yep. Master of Executions are going to charge the Possessed.
Yep.
The Chaos Spawn will charge the Possessed.
Yep.
Right. Chosen will charge the white Venom Crawler. The other Chosen are charging the Venom Crawler. And then the Marines are charging the Venom Crawler. So everybody there.
So no interrupt CP available for Dylan here, so he's basically just going to have to sit back and take this onslaught. And even if he had it, the Creations of Bile is relatively CP, relatively interrupt proof because it fights on death. So your interrupt just essentially, it doesn't mean that you can double dip in value where you get to attack with your units before they die and kill opponents' units. You basically only get the full effectiveness of your units before it's mitigated by enemy damage. But you don't necessarily get to protect yourself because even if you kill the COB unit, it's still going to swing back at you.
Okay.
Nergomat, best subs indeed.
That's the charge phase.
I agree.
No interrupts, I assume?
The subs have thrown their energy behind
Let's start with the
slightly disappointing Salad here.
Master of Possession.
Yep.
Let's start with the Demon Blade.
Yep.
3 hits. 3 wounds.
Yep. AP?
2, so 4 up save.
Oh. Sorry, I need to do the mortal wounds for the charge.
Oh, yes.
You go in, the marine unit takes 1, the spawn takes none. Okay.
Alright.
And 3 saves. Okay, I get a 4 fear for the caster.
Yep.
Okay. Up! 4 up. 4 up. Oh dear.
Down to 1.
Yeah.
And then it will be 17 pistols or 17 chainswords. Okay. I lose 1 dice, I guess, so 16 hits. Ten saves.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Alright.
Horrifying.
Range is on the objective. Pink squad is gonna fight the green squad there.
Yeah.
22 attacks. They're all alive. They're all fighting. I lose 1 attack because they hit on 2s.
Yep. Okay.
16 saves. 5 ups. Exactly dead. Oh my gosh.
Oof.
I'm just
There's a hell of a
not gonna
sneeze in the
get
background
anything in
there.
this
God
match.
damn. Somebody's nose was tickled by the amount of death being delivered by Salad here. And they just had to let it out violently, just like there's so much violence being let out in this game. So, we do get a swing with the Possessed here, but if it does kill the Terminator champion there, it will swing back at the Possessed, probably kill him on the swing back. We do have the opportunity to kill the Cultist. The MOP is dead. The Balefire Tome over here is dead. We now have a bunch of bottles in between Abaddon and the second Balefire Tome, so it is unlikely that he takes 2 phase caps this round. So Abaddon is probably an unkillable god for the remainder of the game. It's also, I guess it's worth mentioning it, right, that Abaddon has a 4+ deny in his back pocket if he has the CP for it. Which does mean that he is difficult to clip out in the psychic phase.
5 saves.
Atomic sneeze.
Yeah.
So
This is an intercontinental sneeze right there, chat, for sure.
And then the mortals. Save the mortals. Kill one. Win another guy.
I should have popped the elixir. That was my mistake. Uh-oh. And then the spawn gets what mutation? Extra AP, which is fine.
So yellow possessed looks like actually survive. Forgot to get our D3 attacks from the relic. Not the end of the world. 3 possessed. I think, despite all the bonuses they have, we'll have trouble. I think clearing through all of
the
them.
extra AP.
Yeah.
All right. The first chosen unit into the. Actually, I'll just do both chosen units if that's fine with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, no. One guy doesn't get to fight from the chosen, so minus both chosen units minus 4. So there should be. Attacks. Plus 2 hits. $18 wounds.
Yep, AP3.
Indeed. So on your turn. Does he explode?
So, clips the crawler too.
Yep.
Does 1 damage.
D3. 6 inches.
Okay. Alright.
So that will hit everything.
Yes.
Kaboom!
Okay, so purple chosen.
Evan, is TTS 40k difficult to pick up for someone who has never played tabletop before? Never played the tabletop game of 40k, or never played the tabletop simulator? The game is identical to the real life game, effectively. You literally, instead of moving the pieces with your hand, you move them with your mouse. There is a tiny bit of an additional learning curve with learning the system, but it's not that bad. You're usually pretty familiar with the controls 2 or 3 games in. So other than that, the learning curve is exactly the same as regular 40k. Yeah, so it's no harder to learn than it is. The rules themselves are no harder to learn than real life 40k. There's maybe like 10% learning the tools and the mouse controls and stuff like that, but it is not that dissimilar for sure.
Cool.
It's actually, I guess to Rusty's point too, there is a benefit in that it's much easier to reference rules and things when you're on a computer, because you have you can have all your rules right in front of you as you're playing the game. So instead of having to pick up your phone or leaf through your codex or something like that, you can literally just reference both you and your opponent's rules really easily. So that is a benefit, and it actually does make that the TTS 40k a little bit faster and a little bit cleaner in some situations. So we clipped out the Venom Crawlers, left 2 possessed, alive in the top. The unit of 6 possessed is still here, but we have lost our Master of Possession escorting them, so they no longer have the ability to heal. So we could see these possessed start to try to trade with the Chosen and the Legionnaires. We'll probably kill the Legionnaires to make sure that they stop killing our objective secured. But ostensibly, the Chosen, between the Chosen and Abaddon, and the fight on death from whatever's going to attack them, I think these possessed are probably not long for this world. So the only real remaining threat we have is up at the top here, where we have Warp Talons and these 2 remaining possessed against the Master of Executions. But again, we just did this the turn previous, and it's going to happen again. The Creations of Bile army will effectively get to operate as normal once again in the Word Bearer's fight phase, because they will just fight on death whatever gets alphaed and killed.
Rolling hits because of the.
Yeah, the other benefit of TTS 40k chat is the fact that you don't have to go anywhere to play. You don't have to go to a game store. So that's helpful. And you don't have to set up a table. You do have to set up your army on the table, but that's it's much easier with drag selecting and you know, mass moving models around.
The spawn, one the massive executions.
But you don't have to put terrain down. You don't have to, you know, get the table topper and the mat out. And there's probably 30 minutes of setup that you can just cut right out of the game.
Okay.
Which makes TTS 40K much more efficient from a time standpoint. Once you know how to play the game, the tabletop simulator system.
Well, he's dead.
Yep.
Well, we both made some big mistakes that turn.
So
Five
the
shots in
intoxicating elixir on the Master of Executions gives him a once per game 3 wound phase cap, and Salad forgot to declare that. So he did end up eating all the attacks from the Possessed, and the Master of Executions got killed. It also gives him additional attacks, which he could have used to potentially kill the Possessed. So these, the Yellow Possessed are now free to attack whatever they want. So it could be that we can push to break the banner down here on Dylan's side of the table. If he clears out the Legionnaire squad and gets his own Legionnaires on that objective, he could potentially take that objective away.
Yeah, they lost 2 this turn.
Yeah, also don't have to buy the models or assemble or paint them, chat. Wow. So much time saved. It's very good for testing for in-person events for that reason, which is what most players use it for, I think. And you can play competitively, which is going to get you the highest level of games on TTS as well.
Yeah.
You typically play against more heavily optimized lists on TTS than you do in person, so the games often tend to be more difficult as well.
I get 5 specimens.
Yeah.
We both max out our recover,
Yeah.
and then you'll get 8.
I get 8. Get 3 banners.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Dylan
MOE makes me feel super bad.
now down significantly in attrition, but up on points. To be fair, both players have not scored out their no prisoner score yet, which it looks to me like Salad is going to have a little bit of a leg up on. Although we'll have to see, because these armies are probably going to mutually annihilate. So as Dylan charges and kills stuff, he is going to get points, which then die, and then kill him, and then also get points. So that secondary should be a relative cutoff. We also have, or a tie there for the most part. The Psychic Interrogation is going to be really good for Dylan, however. So Salad absolutely, within these last 2 battle rounds, has to push it to his advantage. He has to try to reduce Dylan's scoring potential on turn 5 and push himself for a 5-point battle round 5. Or a 12-point battle round 5, excuse me. He also needs to be able to clip out Dylan's banners, although I think Dylan is going to be pushing for one of his own banners. I think if he pushes Objective 3 really hard. So I think that there is a potential here that Dylan could get Objective secured on Objective 4 with the Cultists. Clear out the Marines here. He also has his Dark Apostle, who is an absolute badass in melee, to be fair. If he clears out the Marines here, he holds Objective 4. He can clip out this unit, but I don't think he can knock Salad down below a 12, unless he can kill these Marines here, but I doubt that that's possible. But he can put himself in a position to get a 12 on his own, going into top of 5. So I think that's what we have to set up for. If we solidly hold 4 objectives and hope for the best on them, I think that's all Dylan can hope for. Plus he can try to hold his banners there.
Also just gonna move back. That's still move off of that. Actually, no, the cultists literally need to get behind that wall or they die.
Yep.
Okay. Doable in a way. If I just manage to kill everything.
We might self-upload on that.
So Dylan significantly lost a significant amount of units in that last battle round, but I do think that his Salad isn't out of the woods yet. He does have to make back that deficit on Psychic Interrogation, which is going to be tough. And that deficit, it may continue to pile. In fact, I almost wonder if we start spending for a deny off of Abaddon. If he ends up being the interrogated target of choice. I think the only other model is the Dark Apostle, now that the Master of Execution's dead. So I think we may start trying to push for that deny to stop that interrogation score from continuing to tick up. As long as Salad doesn't lose sight of that primary objective, things could still go well for him.
Keep Master Possession there. Go to casting, I think. So we'll do Psychic Interrogate.
Yep.
On a 10.
10, so you would get a command point, correct?
No,
Abaddon's
11. And no one else in range.
Alright, I'll let you get your 3 points then.
Okay. We'll go for Diabolic Strength onto the Dark Apostle. Goes off.
I might. So what does this give him?
This will give him +2 strength and +2 attacks. So he will get to 8 attacks.
And strength 9.
Yeah.
Well, no, strength 11. Strength 11.
6, 7, 8, 9. No, 9. Because I didn't get the chance. Didn't get the chance. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Shooting. Let's have this guy throw a grenade onto the red unit, and we'll shoot a bolt pistol. I will do that into the green chosen unit, actually. So, crack grenade. Hits. Wounds. 3 up.
Cover, so 2 up.
Is the green chosen unit in cover?
Oh, that was a green chosen unit?
No.
Never mind. We're still fine though.
Yeah. Yeah, and the bolt pistol. Hits. Wounds.
Saves.
Okay. Dark Apostle for a crack grenade. Hits. Wounds.
Fails.
Ooh. 3 damage.
Okay.
Kill the chosen. I'll take that.
Very nice.
And then
You
we'll
always
shoot
make those
bolt
crack
into it.
grenade attacks hoping for that result, and it very rarely happens, but we did get one. The one rare 3 damage plink on a crack grenade
7 shots.
knocks a big chosen out of the unit. Seems good.
Okay. Chops. Hey. Okay. Okay. We'll take that. Can we try and plink the rest off the cultist? Sure.
Like 6 cultist shots?
Yeah, we get 6 cultist shots after it. But it might do it.
I really might if I roll like that again.
Hey, 1 save. Ah, okay.
That one.
That'll be fine. Okay, we will go to charges at this point, I think. Oh, wait. Before I forget, we cast that power, do I get a CP? Yes!
Yeah! Woo!
Finally,
Finally,
a command
okay.
point regenerated there.
Dark
Took long
Apostle
enough.
into Chosen.
They're all set to defend, which I don't know how
Yep.
much it matters. It'll be... Actually, it might matter.
Okay, he's in. I got a 10, so I might as well go this way.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go for the red corn unit. We'll go into, I guess, the Chosen and Spirit, the other red corn unit. We will spend that lovely CP that we just got.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Gosh. It would have made it.
Yeah.
It would have made it.
It literally wouldn't have even made it into the Chosen.
Oh.
That's ridiculous. Again, right.
So flub dart charge there. That's a big deal. Gonna knock out the OBSEC available for
Purple
OBSEC.
Chosen.
Yeah, on objective 3, which means that the
Yep.
Legionnaires there will probably retain that banner, so they'll stay.
Yeah.
Unless the Warp Talons can clip the Legionnaires and survive.
Oh wait.
The awkward part is the surviving,
Okay,
I think, at the end of the day here. That means that they will remain
Yeah. Okay. And we'll put the Warp
retain
Talons
parity
into
on
the
banners.
green unit.
So it looks like we're just going to
Yeah.
try to kill all the Chosen right now, because they are the most dangerous threats on the table.
We're about to self-implode. Speaking suspicion.
Okay. And the possessed unit will have to go into that aspiring champion squad. That squad of guys.
Not to the Chaos Spawn?
Yeah. Fine. Chaos Spawn as well.
So they're all set to defend.
So the cultists did fall back off the objective, it looks like, yeah. Which is a little bit of a odd energy. I guess it's not that big of a deal, because assuming that we kill all these models and we kill the Chosen over here, we should at least have some possessed here holding this objective.
Combat. You can't interrupt, can you?
I have 3 fight first currently. So
Oh, God. I missed that. Okay, that's
Yeah,
nice.
so that's the
That's
Marco Slanesh
horrifying for me, and I shouldn't have done some of those charges. Oh, well.
here with that fight, the perma fight first on the Chosen. So they have fight first and fight on death. So literally, regardless of what you do, they're gonna fight you. You basically might as well pick that fight first anyway, because they're gonna hit you anyway.
7, 8 wounds in that bank. Are you gonna do 8 wounds?
I do wound on 2.
We were having an interesting discussion in the community about creations of Bile, because it's feels like it has been slept on a little bit by the Heretic Astartes community. I think you haven't seen too many of them. The downside, obviously, is it has an insane weakness to non-melee armies, but it's so dominant in melee matchups that once it gets stuck in, it's almost impossible to trade with it. Hard to get rid of Creations of Bile army once it sticks into you.
16 attacks?
18.
17?
And alongside that, and some enhanced shenanigans for threat range.
Yeah, guys got 2. Okay.
It is
so
a
you've
pretty
got
strong
18
sub-faction generally.
On average,
attacks.
it's like a 50-50, so there's no telling.
I think what I'm going to have to do here is I'm going to have to leave that. I'm going to have to go for the warped ones. For 25. Right. 26. Is there a champion? Yeah, 26. Yeah, okay. Do we still get exploding 6s?
Yeah, we all get exploding 6s.
Yeah, okay. Let's go, we'll reroll all of that. Okay. 6 extra. And then 4s rerolling.
Plus 9, so the sergeant will live.
Okay.
The sergeant will be sergeant in the
Up
back. Yeah. I'll try with these guys. If you want to pass the time, that will be 12 attacks.
Yep.
6s explode. So I get 11 hits. Okay, well,
Okay.
only 4 wounds, so bad. Nope.
Kills a guy.
Okay, we'll fight with purple.
Yeah, okay. I'm not going to go within an inch, but I'm just going to block your movement a bit.
We'll attack.
Yep.
18.
Oh, yeah. 3s.
11 saves.
Yep. Let's take 4 of these first. Okay, so that will kill that guy. We'll take 2. No, he's dead. Great. Didn't have to do that charge.
So fight it first
they
from the
will
chosen,
stay outside.
clip those possessed out. Oh, this is going so south for Dylan right now.
I'll hit you with the apostle.
So no chance that we get the swing here, or get the banner there. Gonna retain that objective with our objective secured, boys.
One attack
Right.
each.
They're really crappy. Hit you once. Twice, because they explode, because it's funny. There you
Hey,
go.
2 wins. Hey, you get the word back.
Okay, so...
Yep, and then we get to what? 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks.
Importantly, this guy cannot fight on death, so... Yeah.
Yeah, 8 attacks. We'll re-roll that. Okay.
So,
We get 2 explosions.
moving up 2.
Yep,
And saving
that
1.
many.
4 plus, because AP2, right?
Yes, 3 damage each.
Exacties. The rest of these 3 will be able to fight you, so we're gonna put it all together.
Yep.
I can pull in the order. What's that? 10, 14?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Sure. 8 saves.
Oh, well.
4 ups, entire squad.
Okay, cool.
5 damage.
Puts him on 3.
Die. And then... Yep. Damage just...
Yeah, and then over here, we're gonna put 1 into the chaos spawn and the rest into the right.
Okay.
So 1 into the spawn. Cool. 5. 2 minus 2.
Nice.
Of course. What's his armor save?
5 plus. So AOC turns that into success.
Of course it does. Okay. And then 26.
The spawn lives somehow.
Or probably super boned. Plus 4.
These are just a lot more important to kill than the spawn.
Of course.
Spawn is immortal. That's true, chat. Spawn too strong. Someone nerf Spawn, please. Chaos Spawn too
Yeah.
good.
They can all fight.
Yep.
So there go the
Pull them in
Legionnaires.
Right order, so they'll all fight. They'll do all the chainswords. The sergeant
Swinging
will
into the
have
possessed.
to-
Shouldn't get too much damage through.
Actually, the sergeant will have to fight.
They're wounding on 5s, which isn't
Actually,
the
it won't
worst.
matter.
Because they're strength 5 versus toughness
Actually, the sergeant
5
will
minus 1 to wound.
No.
This is
well,
the
Joel
Black
chainswords
Rune of
will be
Damnation
like
squad, but I don't know.
17
Maybe it gets one
chainswords,
guy.
Plus 2. And then on 5s. 4 wounds.
Is that with the -1 to wind?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Strength 5. 1 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And the Demon Blade.
Yep.
Womp womp. 1 wound and immortal.
Well, Demon Blade is not
Yeah.
saved, and the Mortal is saved.
Does
Cool.
clip a dude.
Kill 1 guy.
There it is.
Good job.
Good job, aspiring champion.
And then that spawn will fight.
Yep. I'm just gonna.
Gonna base him.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't want to let that spawn
Might
loose
try playing him.
in case it blows up some attacks and gets a 2-inch engagement on the Chaos Cultist. Could be bad. But gonna try to block the Terminators from getting a good shot off.
Yeah.
If we can try playing him.
Yeah, please. But so.
Don't want to get hit by those combi weapons.
Defend. Wound you once. No damage.
Okay.
That's everything. No morale. Anybody?
Yep.
So looking at the arithmetic of the game so far, let's see what we have. So we're getting 3 for Banners this turn. So Banners is currently even. No prisoners should be even by the end of the game for both of these players. So we're really looking at pushing primary objective plus psychic interrogation versus specimens for the spider. And that's going to be the interesting question mark. So we have Legionnaires on objective 1 and 3 for Salad. We also have his useless Dark Apostle back here, who is holding this objective down like a champion. So we could potentially remove a lot of the threats to objective 3 if we clip these guys, and maybe if Abaddon makes a push up northwards. If we can do that, and we get maybe some shooting from the Terminators if they push this way and are able to shoot this squad down with the rerolls from Abaddon. Then charge back here and clear these guys out. We didn't put any objective secured on objective 4, so the Terminators will hold it. Oh, so it looks like the spawn was not clipped. So I'm a little worried here, chat. I think that if Salad allows Dylan to score an 8-point primary next turn, I'm worried that he won't be able to overcome his psychic interrogation score with specimens plus his bottom round 5 primary scoring. So I think he has to knock him to a 4-point turn in order to secure this game. And I don't think he's pushing for that right now, and I'm a little bit worried about that. I think he needs to put as many gunshots as he has into these guys and just try to remove them right now to unlock that objective. Unless we have a way that we can charge in and get models here. But I don't think that's not going to matter because the cultists will outnumber them.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and overcharge the plasma. I think I have all my guns, actually. We will not shoot with the combi meltas. So I think I'm missing both plasmas, both reapers. I'm missing a 1 combi melta. Okay.
Yeah, I really...
so let's do that 1 melta.
I really don't love this charge at all from Salad here. Or this push at all towards the Possessed. Because I think he will kill the Possessed either with Abaddon or with the Chaos Terminators, regardless. But now he's
do assault
basically
weapons explode. And I need to check this. Do assault weapons
leaving this
explode
list in the top here, or this objective in the top here, scoring. A little scary, chat.
So it will be 2 hits.
Yeah.
It will be 1 wound.
So the flip side is if both players score evenly on primary and Salad gets ahead with the bottom round 5 scoring, he will have to, and assuming that the psychic interrogation maxes, which is probably a given, unless he 4+ denies it, of course, which could happen.
Yeah.
Then he will have to score at least a 12 on specimens and a 12 on bottom round 5 scoring. And I guess, to be fair, it is, if I remember correctly, 2 points for every unit that's destroyed in melee. And an additional for characters. So if he's able to kill this Dark Apostle, I believe that's 3.
I think it's only going cover.
I'll just double check here, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Alright, here's the Gatling. Oh, 4. So you want to take all in cover? It'll be 4 up saves. 3 up saves, sorry, in cover.
It will be the guys in cover. I've got that many wounds. Okay, so you kill a guy. Okay.
Yeah, so it is
Abaddon.
3 points for characters, 2
Go
points for
ahead.
non-characters.
And shoot the blue marine unit.
Okay.
And there is one additional point floating because we've killed a Heretic Astartes model in melee.
No rerolls. 2 wounds.
So
Kill the guy. Charges.
I wonder if this score is correct, chat. Because we've killed one possessed squad in melee, right?
Target's going to
A
attack.
second possessed squad in melee. So that should be 4. The Master of Possession should be 7. We have killed... I think it's just 7, right? It doesn't score for Venom Crawlers. Which means that if we kill these guys and Abaddon does not score it. I don't believe. Yeah, so Abaddon does not score it. So if we kill these guys, we should be at 9, I guess. So we'd only have to score 3 more. Which is
Abaddon
certainly
will charge
doable.
possessed.
Yeah.
Actually, crap. Well, actually, sorry, he's not going to charge this. He'll charge this guy.
Yeah.
And don't forget about the
But,
Dark
it
Apostle.
still fails,
there,
so I still
Abaddon.
have to reroll. So I can.
I'm going to spend a
Yeah.
CP to reroll a double 1s for Abaddon's charge. What a fool. There it is.
Okay.
Thank you for the roller trait, Abaddon.
Or he gets it for free. Just kidding.
He'll
There you go.
stay exactly 2
You know.
inches from
How many
there.
rolls? So many rolls on Abaddon.
Yeah.
Look at this data sheet right here. That's too many rolls, to be honest, chat. So I think as long as Salad doesn't do anything very silly, I do think it is his game to lose. As long as he has enough stuff at the end of the game to be able to max his bottom round 5 scoring. If the players cut on banners and cut on no prisoners, and he gets at least a 12 on specimens, that will beat out the psychic interrogation plus primary objective deficit. Or plus the psychic interrogation deficit, if we're including the primary objective bonus. Interestingly, the players have done so much damage to each other in the in one battle round. We actually have low bonus point scores, so I do believe that those 4 extra bottom round 5 points will make a huge difference. Which will be it's a pretty interesting game state, actually.
It'll be 8 hits, though. And 4 wounds.
Is that with the -1?
Yeah, their strength 9. Usher strength 10. We're so close to being strength 10. Strength 9.
Okay. So 4 wounds. Is this the chain fists?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ward one of these,
Alright.
and then 5.
So hexagrammic ward
One.
to keep a
Okay.
possessed alive against a chain fist
D3.
hit.
1.
1.
Fist. Which will be 12 fists.
Abaddon's been working hard for his rules because of that. Yeah, that's true. He's had a lot of failures over the course of the game. He deserves good rules after
Plus 2.
his old model was so terrible looking.
Yeah. That
Okay.
succeeds.
6.
Kills a guy. Kills another guy. 2 guys dead.
Yeah. Okay. 2 guys get dead and a guy heavily wounded.
Okay. And then the sword.
Yep. Of course.
2.
Okay.
Wound rolls.
Kills him. That is actually no. I was tempted to CP, but I'd need to interrupt. I think. Okay. Oh, I'm out of. Okay.
Sure. We'll leave you out. And then we will come there. And then you want to interrupt? We're not going to be within 2, sorry, of the cultists.
Okay.
But not. My bad.
Do I want to interrupt? I think... Just pass it to my time.
I mean, those guys are dying if you don't interrupt.
Yeah, I'm just thinking I could interrupt, I could take out...
I think Sal's gonna have a little trouble there if
some
he
of the
doesn't want to
chosen.
engage either of these units.
Yep.
Just to clarify down here, is there a position you could be at where you don't engage either of them? Because you're currently engaging the cultists, right?
Oh.
And if we move this way, we're going to be engaging the possessed.
I guess I'll declare it possessed instead. Just get side of this cultist. I just don't want this cultist on the objective.
Yeah, the awkward part is that I think we have to move towards the possessed there.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt
which means he can't just like push towards the cultist. If he's going to consolidate at all, it has to be towards the possessed.
Pile into fight.
And I don't believe that there's a way he can consolidate towards the possessed and not grab the cultist in if he wants to try to get away.
Figuring out angle.
Bit tricksy and awkward.
Okay, so I could just hit chosen. That'd be fine. I could also hit the authority.
Specification for each unit is 3 for
one
or more characters and one or more non-characters in a round. Oh, okay.
The champion is going to hit into the
My champ. Or the red squad.
Yeah, my champion will hit your champion. And the other three will
so it's one or more.
The other chosen.
So it's actually very bad. So I have no idea what's going to happen here, chat.
So 15 attacks on that purple chosen unit.
Because we killed so many units in one turn, I do think it might be problematic for Salad because he could get 5 here, or he could get 2 here and 5 next turn, and he'd have to, I think.
Yeah.
And obviously we're not going to take.
He does get a bonus because he killed an Astartes, so he could get a 13, which is what he needs.
My champion into your champion.
Yeah, in hindsight, that might not have been the secondary pick here. I guess it's probably the best option, but I think the game is so explosive that I'm not. It actually could come back to hurt him because the Word Bearer secondaries are so strong right now.
Okay, and then I'll have all those guys fight. It'll just be from the dead guys. It'll be 14.
Okay.
There's the better 9 saves for you.
Yep.
Okay, nice.
1, 2, and a bit. So we'll go for. Yeah, we'll go for 2 and a bit.
Okay, we'll have the other chosen fight.
Oh. Yeah.
10 attacks from those guys.
So I think we basically need to push. Salad has to push in and clip this Master of Possession, I think, in order to win the game in melee. Because Abaddon cannot score his creations of Bile, so Abaddon killing this Dark Apostle actually doesn't do Salad any good. But he has to kill a character in melee with a creations of Bile unit, which is a little bit awkward because he's got just a bunch of idiot legionaries and 2 chosen. And I don't know if 2 chosen do it by themselves. They can try real hard. I believe in them, but it's gonna be tough.
No, I fight first.
I'm Slanesh.
Oh, you're Slanesh. Okay, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to do tons. It won't matter.
Yeah.
But I want to hit him. Okay. Okay, there we go.
So looking at Dylan's score, he's going to get an 8-point primary this coming turn. He's going to grab his 3 more points on, or he's lost a single banner, so he's going to get 2 more points on banners. And then any banners he replaces will automatically confirm. Now, I actually think it was probably the play to engage these cultists on Salad side, because if you engage them, they cannot declare an action that turn. I'm not sure if there's a position they can be in on this objective where they can declare an action. I think that's unlikely. But if they're able to banner here, that banner automatically scores. So we're basically locked to a 13, I think, for banners on Dylan's side.
No. I do want to go there.
So then Dylan's challenge is going to be to try to break banners on Salad's side. So he can potentially break the banner on 3 because he does have Legionnaires there. That can just run over and do it. So that would drop Salad to a 2 on banner. So they would end up be tied on banners.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think those are gonna equal out regardless. The question comes down to the no prisoner score. Who's currently scoring higher? I think it is Salad right now. But it's going to be close at the end because they've destroyed so much of each other's models. Although, to be fair, Possessed are huge bricks of wounds. So killing all the Possessed is 9 points by itself, 10 with the bonus. So it may be already in Salad's court because of that higher no prisoner score. He himself has lost a bunch of 5-mans, but those are each only worth 1 point.
Yeah.
Because you killed
Yeah.
the unit.
You get 2 on specimens.
2, yes. 2 specimens.
Yeah. Okay. I get 2 on banners.
If it's scored with a cultist, chat, right? Because the cultist will hold the objective, so once it goes down to Salad's turn, Dylan holds the objective in the command phase, and then it doesn't drop.
I think I've got to do... Yeah. Okay.
That said, the occultist has to get onto the objective and not be killed by Abaddon, which I think is going to be tough right now. And I don't think that there's a place he can situate himself on the objective to do it. Especially because that Possessed has fled. Yeah, it did happen in our first game today, chat, which is why it's sort of cognizant here.
We do that.
So I imagine these Legionaries are going to come try to kill the other Legionaries. And that will kind of force... Ooh, I don't like this, though. No, MOP, stay. You're important. If you die, it's super bad. No, MOP, what are you doing? Stay hidden. Stay hidden. Everyone hide. He will be character protected by the cultist, so it's not that bad. But if we get a big charge with like Abaddon or something, it could be awkward. No, it doesn't matter if Abaddon charges him. He has to get killed by these chosen. Rast Reach with the thing. What's up, dude?
Yeah, no.
Don't know why they didn't add a banners fall down at the end of the game if the opponent holds it right. Yeah, it's bizarre. I'm not a huge fan of the updated banners action.
Okay.
So I wonder if we are angling maybe for a charge with the cultist to push across the 2 objectives. All right, there goes master position.
I don't gain much by throwing them up, and I give you a horrific thing. So, okay.
Rast Reach, 12 viewer raid. How's it
and
going,
then I need
everybody?
to figure out what I'm doing with these guys. So, Abaddon moves 6.
Welcome to a nail-biting end to this game.
Okay.
So we're moving into Battle Round 5. We currently have 7 points scored on specimens for a total of 13 available, but literally only if the Master of Possession is killed by these 2 chosen.
Back.
That is the only situation in which that scores. Otherwise, it's locked to a 10.
Yeah, I mean, I've got 1 guy.
In which case, I think we'd have to count out our no prisoners to see who wins here.
I'm not sure how much that would matter.
I think
we'd have to
I
beat
think that's
Dylan's no prisoner score by
gonna kill a
6
score
in
or
order.
anything,
Oh no,
so-
we would not because we have a 4 on benefit on primary.
I'm going to advance that cultist unit. 6 inches. Cool. Abaddon only
It's gonna be too close. to
goes
call
3,
here,
doesn't it?
chat.
Yeah, the aura he has a little scuffs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, there's a lot of secondaries. I mean, it turns out when the faction when the codex or the GT book, excuse me, printed 100 secondaries. I mean, some of them are gonna be a little awkward, right? Like some stuff is gonna get missed.
Circling around Abaddon.
I hope that we get maybe we get like a mid-season data slate in a couple weeks that tones down some of this stuff. You know, maybe Necron secondaries, maybe maybe banners, maybe psychic interrogation. That's a little silly.
Let's go for interrogate. On 7.
Not 1 to 9.
All right, here comes the 4+. This is a big deal too. Denies the psychic interrogation with the Corn stratagem. Abaddon says, "Get out of here." And that cuts Dylan's maximum score down by 3. So that means we have to get 3 less on no prisoners and or specimens in order to win for Salad. I think that may have sent it into Salad's favor here. Woo. That's tough stuff.
3 damage. Kills the chosen.
Oh no.
Grenade.
Okay.
This crack grenade goes off and plicks another chosen as well. So that might also cut the kill on the master possession too. So I think that basically just evens out, even Stevens with the psychic interrogate failing, because if the master possession doesn't die, we don't get that last 3 on creations pile. Or on specimens for the spider, excuse me.
So crack grenade. Misses.
Good. I did not want
4 bolt pistols. 1 save on the assassins. Kills him.
Oh
Okay.
man. We might actually just murder everyone in this objective in one go. That was spicy.
I'm gonna, if you turn the time on me, I have to think what I'm going to do next turn.
Yeah, so Salad gonna plan out his next turn. I do feel like Salad, in his both of his games, it does feel like he sort of plays the first 98% of the game by the seat of his pants and then plans things out on the final 2%, which is it's certainly an energy, right, chat? It's a little awkward. Yeah, so we have. The awkward part here is that I think we might need these guys to hold this objective here. We have the body block here from the cultist blocking Abaddon from getting to objective 6, because if Abaddon gets to objective 6 and kills all the Space Marines over here, he is going to confirm his 12-point primary. So the cultists are just going to make it super difficult to get around, because, as you remember, you got to walk around a 2-inch engagement range. Chat, you just got to go all the way around this way, and that charge is almost impossible.
Actually, we'll do. I don't even think I have to deal with that.
So I think the downside for, I guess what we could do, right, is push the spawn back to this objective and then push the Apostles guy back here, but that's a little bit of a long advance. And then that allows these guys to free up to go for this objective, and that would score 4 for their bottom round 5. So right now, Dylan's trying to deny the bottom round 5 scoring, and if we can do that, he's in a pretty good spot. Engaging the Chosen.
And then the cultists will charge into that champion.
The cultists charge too. Here we go. Gotta make sure that we knock that banner down in the start of the Salad's turn.
Yep.
This is the in case of emergencies. Send Chosen. Yeah.
In case of emergencies, break glass, which kills a cultist on its sharp, pointy bits.
So they've got to string out a bit more.
Also, this guy should be 2 wounds. He did not take an extra damage.
Yeah. Cool.
So the other option too here, chat, we have 32 points, 38 currently for Salad, 42 if he gets bonus here.
Is there any stratagem?
Dylan locked to potentially 41 on primary if he maxes his recover the relics. But it looks like he's only going to be getting, unless some weirdness happens, he's only going to be getting 2 on the recover the relics secondary here. Which means we could squeak an additional point out if Salad kills 3 to 2 units this turn. In case of emergencies, donate 10 no prisoners wounds. I'm not sure you're wrong, Chad. But what it does do is it prevents that Chosen from being able to go for the MOP and just blitzing a bunch of a bunch of 6s and murdering him, right? Which would be worth 3 points, whereas the cultists are only maybe worth 1. But to be fair, there's a non-zero chance that these legionaries just literally kill all these models anyway. And we might just swing on the cultists to try to get wounds, but it's more likely we swing on the legionaries to make sure they go away. But if these models, I think what's happening here, right, is if these models die and swing into the legionaries and kill them, the cultists get to combat activate and get to the objective and break the banner there anyway.
Yeah. 8 attacks.
I think the recover the relics points are locked in for Salad regardless. He has to kill these 3 models and these 6 idiots are over here, or 7, I guess.
Yeah.
He has like 1,000 points of Chaos Space Marines to kill 7 cultists to get an extra point over there, which I believe in him. And as long as he can clip out these last couple guys with shooting and melee, he gets those recover the relics points.
He lives. And then we've got 10 attacks because we got the champion. No, wait. 13.
The interesting thing about this game, chat, is it's wildly high scoring right now. So it's going to come down to these last couple victory points in the last turn.
Oh, 15. That's a bit sad, but okay.
So take
1.
2. Lives.
Oh, don't do this to me. Ah, come on. Yep.
And so that guy will fight into the Marines real quick. That's what he does.
So it looks like only killed a single model. Aspiring champion survives thanks to that Armor of Contempt against the
AP2. You know,
other Space Marines.
Yeah.
Okay, my Chosen gets to fight now. He'll put
So the question here is whether we fight into the Legionaries or we fight into the Chaos Cultists.
You'll put 1 attack into the Marines and 5 attacks into the Cultists because it seems funny.
Ian.
Into the Marines. There you go.
Yeah.
Cultists.
Okay.
Kill 3. That's it.
Okay. Well, we'll kill those 3.
Okay, and then the Cultists can fight.
Yep. So...
I wanted to plink that damage for the blade. That's what I wanted to do if I got a little lucky there.
So, bit of an underswing from the champion.
I should have put 2 attacks into those Marines. I'll do it next turn then.
Cultists get to combat move.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, there was a pretty good chance the Cultists just flee, right, champ?
We're gonna like... Sure. Reroll hit.
We still killed 3, right? And their morale's not that good.
Right, there you go, 5 hits. Does explode, by the way.
Champion's only 6. So they actually... It's a 50-50 that we still fail morale. It could happen. Unlikely. It could happen.
I assume you meant not to pile into that guy.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and then the forward.
Oh well, I think I have to try point him though.
Okay.
Sure. Oh wait, actually no, he's stuck there anyway.
If I fall back by champion, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, not. We'll put 5 attacks into the Marines.
Okay.
Assuming you're yeah.
Yeah, I'm out of range. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do the chainsword first. The guys. Hits. 1 wound into the red. Aw. 4 hits. 4 wounds. Just AP 3 down to 2. Kills 4 guys.
Okay, that's ridiculous.
That Demon Blade coming in to play their chat. And the aspiring champion goes absolutely ham on these Chaos Space Marines. What an insane roll that was. To free himself. So what we were trying to do there, I think, chat, is make it so that neither of these champions could fall back. And that would blank all of the Terminator shooting. As the Terminator tried to peel them off with combi weapons. But it looks like that will be available now.
I need to kill 1 unit.
That's true, chat. Yeah, it also keeps the banner safe right now because the objective is not grabbed yet. Those cultists didn't move far
just
enough.
fall back on both. I
think they could have. Did we?
12.
I think we maybe just
kill some people
on the objective.
Oh, I win. Because I think I have no more prisoners than you, and I can get specimens. And I can maybe kill some people.
Yeah, so you're gonna get 2 in specimens. You're gonna get your 3 on banners, probably.
Yeah.
If you just fall back there. You can kill 1 unit.
Say again? I can kill
1
2
star
units.
open.
Yeah, so
Top
you
player got 600
2.
points.
The full roll
You silly goose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's gonna happen?
We got towing some of these secondaries down, I think, for sure.
Actually, this guy's gonna run here. Sorry. Yeah, he's gonna run there. Let's make sure I don't roll a 1. And his advance. He doesn't, so he'll just run there. The Dark Apostle will run.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets him at 11. I should have these guys first. My bad. Oopsies. Whatever.
So I think it's might have just whiffed our movement phase a little bit here.
9.
Where are you going?
Auto spawn. Plus 15 for choice.
We'll have those that marine there. That marine unit in the back will advance.
Yeah.
It's 11. Put 2 guys in this point.
Does this apostle like make a difference at all right now?
No.
Oh, yeah, because he's out of coherency right now, but I don't know if it
whatever.
like literally
Yeah,
matters at all.
fine.
Yeah.
I just need to stick one guy in this.
Yeah, Bill is too fabulous for the word to be bared against him, for sure.
Fall back.
1,
You can't intervene, I assume, right?
2. No.
Yeah, so that maintains
Sure.
that. We
then
hold to 1, 2, 3
points.
here. We'll hold 4 here.
Those
These guys will
just
kill that for the 2
shooting.
points on specimens.
Uh,
We probably just dump shots into the cultists because that's I imagine worth the most. No prisoners points here.
all the 24-inch range guns that are in range.
I think it was certainly
ahead
looking
and shoot the
in
cultists,
Salad's favor,
and
especially
we'll
after
have
that psychic interrogation was blocked.
2 other guns.
But that swing from the Legionnaire champion,
Yeah.
oh my god. Just using that Demon Blade to basically clip out the entirety of a Legionnaire unit. Certainly, I think, has secured it for him.
Or 5 wounds into him. Maybe 2.
Okay.
He'll die.
Which guy is this?
The big guy.
Yeah.
And then we have 1 bolt gun. 1 commie bolter. 2 commie bolter. Yeah. So we're gonna shoot both profiles with the plasma, not overcharged. So we got that, and we got 10 bolter shots.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to do this differently. My bad. Hold up. You know what? We're gonna say everything hits on 4s because I'm lazy, honestly, right now.
I mean, yeah. You
Literally
won it anyway. Doesn't
Literally
matter.
didn't matter. Yeah, I forgot to roll the bolt gun shots twice if we're firing combi weapons. But really managed to roll 0 3s, so that's helpful.
Then I'll get 2 specimens. I will almost max out no prisoners.
Yeah.
I'll get 14. So I won't be able to finish off. Yeah. Actually, it might be 13. Let's call it 13 to be safe. Yeah.
That one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I get in Terry, if I get in,
You didn't-
yeah, I'm working out what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like we were talking about before, I think assuming that Dylan had a max interrogate, we were coming down to basically maybe a 1-point differential. But I think the problem that losing that interrogate there made things so difficult. Whoa. Crazy game, chat.
It doesn't work.
Absolutely insane. Congratulations to Salad for taking it down. If anybody has any questions for the players, go ahead and throw them in chat there as we do a breakdown. But, man, wild.
Yeah.
That's really, really annoying.
For sure. That possession just flubbing, and it's like my unit's like, all right, watch this, boys. And it just cooked you up a good one, and then you lose. I think you lost one guy to morale. You losing guys like so many possessed to morale, it kind of feels bad. But I think that's
I realised that yellow unit. I shouldn't have lost the guy to morale. I have the icon.
Which yellow unit?
Yeah.
In fairness, you still would have died.
So
chosen.
um,
But yeah.
yeah, but if I have 3, then I'm not sort of throwing them that stupidly up into chosen.
Yeah. I forgot what the icon was. It's just that way. Yeah. Well, that's the game, I think.
That's annoying. Really, really annoying.
Yeah, GG, guys.
Yeah.
That was pretty insane, for sure.
Yeah.
Those poor possessed, they got possessed by the crampiest demons, I think. They got, like, Nurglings in them or something, right? Like, you know, you want a bloodletter or something, like, badass, and they got, like, like a brimstone horror, maybe?
They have 6 up envelopes instead of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how it goes, I guess.
Well, Salad, congratulations on taking it down. Hope you're ready to face off in the semifinals there.
I have to play Iron. Who am I going to play against?
I think you are up against
Ash.
you are gonna be up against Jonathan.
I have to play my Iron Hands into that? No.
I mean, that might be okay, right? Yeah,
No, it's never been okay.
All right. Well, fair enough. Jonathan is in chat right here, celebrating a little bit, maybe. We did have a question for both of y'all from Rusty. He's asking about how Abaddon feels in Creations of Bile and thoughts on Cultist, not Cultist, Chosen versus Possessed.
Okay. For Abaddon, I assume it's for me. He feels pretty good as just a late beat stick. He's good at breaking up bricks of, like, trash. So if there's, like, a big old brick of, like, I don't know, anything that pretends Terminators to Possessed, if he can pop full reels on himself and just go kill something, and it's a good thing to, like, ward off other people. It's like, I don't want to go to your Abaddon, so they'll just stay away from Abaddon.
Right. Especially anytime they like operate, especially in, like, melee phase, right? Like if he's fighting possessed.
Yeah.
I mean, the Balefire tomes make things a little bit scary for him, but
It does,
if he's just fighting a bunch of possessed in melee for a while, he's like okay with it.
Yeah, he's chilling, I think, in this list. I like him. He makes the Terminators a lot better because he sticks with them with full results.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was getting a little hype for the when the Terminators were hiding out in the building on I think round 3 and the possessed charge. I was getting a little hype for the full reroll 5-up invul or the 5-up hit Overwatch, but then he had to spend out of 0, so it never happened. It's very sad.
Yeah, if I had to deal with the one more unit over here, it would just, especially that unit. I guess Abaddon would have gone into it, but that just loses a chance for Abaddon to go take on those possessed at the bottom. And if I take on those possessed that turn, when he had his full rerolls that turn, and the MOP just died, he probably wipes that unit, and I don't need to worry about it for another turn.
Yeah,
it just clinches the game for sure.
Do you ever run?
That's kind of my thought process.
I don't know how much you play this list, right? Because I think you mostly created it for the Invitational. But do you find that there's kind of like a tension between him and Specimens for the Spider? Because he doesn't score it, right?
Yeah, it's awkward. So his goal is to just go into big things, and most of the time I can't kill big things with my other stuff. So it hasn't been that big of a deal. Like, I think the worst thing is that maybe a character charges him, and I have to like, oh well, I guess I killed this character, and I don't get 3 points.
Yeah.
But if he kills a character that's like pretty big, I think I'm fine with it.
For sure.
Yeah. And like even this like was like this is a low scoring Specimens game, which actually should have been 10, because I get your character custodies. But even this low scoring Specimen game, I still got 10 points on the secondary, and Abaddon killed a character and a couple other things.
Yeah, it was funny for a game that was so bloody between Specimens and the Recover the Relics bonus objective, because they all like basically everyone died in one turn. They were sort of surprisingly low scoring.
You also don't have that many units. Well, he does. Dylan doesn't have that many units, compared to me. But I have a whole bunch of units that just have like one guy living.
Right, that's true. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there are 2 champions hanging out over here somehow. Like,
Chaos Fund.
Yeah, sort of like dusting themselves off and like surveying the corpses of all these legionnaires that somehow they like one chop.
Yeah.
This guy. No, this guy. Not that guy. This guy. This guy sucked. Get him out of here. This guy right here. What an absolute champion. Oh my god, literal champion.
That guy. I love that guy. It's 10 points with the Demon Blade, but the Demon Blade is just so worth it. Man.
Yeah. It's a Demon Blade plus Mark of Corn, right? It's like the Wombo combo.
Yeah. It's AP3 strength 6. It's like, well,
yeah. And then like Plains for Mortal sometimes too.
Yeah. Love it.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
So I bet I can give a little bit of an insight to the Chosen versus Possessed question, which is that I think that the 2 units basically just do 2 different things, right? The Possessed are tankier, their stats are higher, but they lack core keywords, so they don't synergize as well with the rest of the army. So the Chosen, especially in Creations of Bile, are like little missiles basically, right? Because they can advance and charge, they get access to fight first and +1 to hit from Mark of Slanesh, and then they just have a million attacks at strength 6.
Yeah, and strength 6 is such a good profile.
Yeah, it's like a super important break point, yeah, and then being able to bullet them in with the fight on death is a really big deal. Whereas the Possessed mostly want to just wander around and tank for the most part.
Yeah, because Possessed, I think the biggest problem with Possessed is that they're AP2.
Right, for sure.
Like, I think if Possessed are AP3, maybe even cost more points, I might consider taking them.
You can get them to AP3 in Web Bearers.
Yeah. But
I just messed up clicking the wrong Warlord trait.
Well, there's a lot of that going around, I've heard.
Yeah.
Mine was...
I didn't want to be on this. I want to be on Harley's, but Harley's can't play on this train.
Well,
they lose the Sisters matchup on it. They should at least.
Yeah.
Because you don't get because of the way the terrain is, you can't shoot what they don't give you to shoot, so you don't get deadly performance every time. And Sisters should get a very strong, about 40 points on secondaries every game, which you just can't catch.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Possessed as a list should probably... I think it, in my opinion at least, it averages out better than Bile. Because Bile's good, but it kind of just falls to... I don't like Abaddon as a unit. He's 6 inches, he's incredibly slow. He doesn't hit a hell of a lot harder than if you just had a buffed up combat unit of like possessed or something, and you can 1-turn him pretty easily with with I think half of the top armies in the game.
I don't know about half of them. Pretty easily.
Okay, so Necrons can drop him.
Yeah, because
They get the yeah. Necrons can drop him. Harlequins can drop him the easiest.
Really? You have to get. I guess
Yeah,
you have charge phase mortals.
Yeah, so you have the shooting, you have the charge phase, you have mirror mines, and you have combat, and you can do it without even having to interact with Zinch. Sisters struggle. They can't. Nids can. Nids just send the Hive Tyrant in and he drops.
Yeah.
Because you ignore the face cap.
Oh yeah, he ignores face cap. Yep.
Yeah, if you take that guy for sure. But also, like, Tyranid is just like some idiot plows them for 3 in the psychic phase, and then you impact attack for 3 in the fight phase, or in the charge phase, and then you kill in the fight phase anyway. Yeah, you don't even need Reaper. Tyranids are good at killing phase caps. It's just they just do.
Just the thing.
There's just too much stuff that deals with them in matchups that you're already struggling into.
I don't know.
Like it depends what Nids. If you're playing into Leviathan, you'll outlast it. If you're playing into Kraken, you just won't score anything.
Yeah, I found that the Kraken matchup was pretty tough. But I switched into taking a ton more mortal wounds, which I think is really good against creation specifically, and also more generally most of the Heretic Astartes list. But I don't know. My list is kind of funky, so I don't know.
I don't know. It's mainly the primary it slaughters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you can't get you don't have a lot of obsec. So as soon as the obsec's gone, it just starts throwing obsec raveners on objectives and taking them off you.
Yep. Yeah.
So it just slaughters the points.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we just end up killing each other a lot of times, though.
Yeah, it depends on whether or not you can one-shot the Tyranid obsec, or sometimes they just the Kraken, especially if we're talking about that matchup specifically, is so fast. Sometimes they just hit a part of the table that isn't the big brick, and they just they 1-for-1 5 legionaries or whatever, and you don't wipe the warrior squad, and then they take your objective away.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of Abaddon's a very big points investment, and he only even works in Bile because the relics aren't great.
Yep.
Any other legion, you lose out on all the relics.
Yeah, I think it's only Black Legion and Bile I would ever probably consider taking him in. Because, as you said, every other has pretty top tier round.
Yeah, everyone else really wants their relics, and Abaddon takes that away for something that's I don't know. If he had a ignore phase cap himself and an extra 75 points added on for that, then maybe I'd take him. But
it
just doesn't do enough for me.
Yeah. An awkward matchup I think is Catan, but I've had the funnies, so with Catan, with Violent Death, if they charge me first, I can technically one-turn them. Because I deal 3, and then I deal 3 in shooting, and then I deal 3 in melee. So, it's actually easier. Why would Catan
charge?
I don't know. If something like Nightbringer wants to go kill something, we're just gonna trade points, I guess.
Yeah, you shouldn't ever really have to charge that, though.
If I'm up in your face, yeah, you will.
I don't know, I feel like Necrons usually have enough shooting at the minute to pick what's up in the face, plus the mortals from Nightbringer.
Yeah. But Nightbringer has to get close, so...
It's 9 inches, and you're moving into that. I don't know, I feel like Necrons, you're taking, Sky of Falling Stars twice every turn.
Yeah.
On all the units.
Triple Catan can be wonky. Sure.
Oh, for sure. Oh god, Necrons need fixing. Necrons are just a list check at the minute.
Yeah.
Can you score 90 plus points?
Yeah, we have
Yes.
been
Okay.
talking in chat about Lone Star Open, which is apparently, I guess, won by a close to 600 pointer with Necrons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
They just outscore it. It's just a damage check. It's do you have enough damage in your list to take Necrons out? Yes or no?
Yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for sure. Well, Salad, congratulations for taking it down. Thank you guys for a sweet game, and I'll go ahead and let you go. Cheers, dudes.
Oh. I have to play Jonathan. All right, see you, folks.
You'll get it. I believe in you.
I rarely do.
All right, that's it, chat. I think we've closed out our prediction here. Thanks everyone for tuning in to the Sunday stream extravaganza for T5S2 Season 5 Invitational. Hot damn. 3 good games of Warhammer 40k played. This mission always makes for some really close nail-biter games, and we have had some really good ones. Our first game and this game were both down to just a couple of points different, and I think that was sick. Yeah, definitely. I think, Dylan, a little bit sad there with some of those dice rolls. The possessed underswinging and then a bunch of them running away. And then to clinch the game out here, this aspiring champion over here who has, I think, aspired to become a regular old champion because he did just literally kill an entire legionary squad by himself. What a crazy dude. All right, chat. We're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with me. Probably we'll be live tomorrow. I might do some challenge games or something like that. But remember to tune in. Do not forget to tune in on Saturday, Sunday, July 30th and 31st for the semi and final games of the T5S2 Season 5 Invitational, because that's when they're happening. So friggin' come over here, same time, same place, or I don't know, it'll be a different time probably, but same place, and that'll be the games. So super excited, and I'll see you